Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to AC TV, and we are live right here at Ademi College of Education Sport Complex. Yeah, we are right here at the basketball court. As you can see, there's a training activities that are going on around here for the basketball team, Ademi basketball team. They are right here at the basketball court training, having a nice time this evening, and we are here giving you the live training of the basketball team at the DBS College of Education, Ondo. Okay, I'll be right back in a jiffy. Enjoy more of the training right here, live on ACTV. Thank you. All right, we are still right here live at the Ademi College of Education Sport Complex, and we are right here at the table. This is a table tennis game live here at the Sport Complex. This is a training section for the table tennis. Right here, this a cool evening, and we are giving you some tidbits of trainings that are going on right on the campus in various sports. We left the basketball courts earlier, and right here now we are here at the table tennis training sport. But yeah, okay, we're still going to some other places. I want to show you the training activities, some other sports that are going around right here this evening in the sport complex. Join us later. I'll be back. Okay, you are still on to ACTV. As you can see, we are moving around the sport complex, giving you the tidbit of all trainings in the sporting aspect right here at Ademi College of Education. Okay, right here now we are right at the volleyball court, giving you the training activities as well from the volleyball sporting games. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. And the volleyball team are training right here. They're having a nice time here at the Ademi College of Education Sport Complex. And we are also giving you all various sporting activities as well, the training that are going on and inside the Ademi College of Education Sport Complex. And right now we'll be leaving the volleyball court. We'll be right back, and we're going straight to the football pitch. Join us. Thank you. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are still on to ACTV. Right here, we are at the football pitch at the Ademi College of Education, Ondo Complex. There's a friendly match going on right here, and it is between Ademi College of Education football team and Winners Football Academy right here at Ademi College of Education Sport Complex. Okay, you are still right here at we are still right here at Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we are right here at the Ademi College of Education football pitch, and there's a friendly match going on right now between Ademi football team and Winners FC. That's a Winners Football Academy, and the scores now is 2-1. That's the score line, and it is the second half of the match. And we are still right here, and we're giving you the live details of the match. My name is Akinolu Kingsley Ifedayo from ACTV, and you're still watching ACTV. Keep in touch and keep watching ACTV. We'll be right back. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ACTV, and we are live here at ADME College of Education Sport Complex at the match between ADME College of Education football team and Winners Football Academy. Okay, I'm right here with the coach of Winners Football Academy, and he's right here with me. Can we meet you, sir?
Good evening. My name is Igwe Sunday Ogenna.
Okay, talking about the match that is going on, it's a friendly match, right?
Yes.
Okay, talking about the match, what do you, as far as the match has been going on from the first half to this present moment, what will you say about your boys?
It's a good match so far. My boys, we are here for a kind of testing to know our preparation towards the next league, Ondo Kingdom League, that we are playing.
Okay. That means there's a league coming up that you guys are preparing for.
Yes.
Okay, talking about the match, are there still other friendly match that you are preparing for?
Actually, we have other friendly match. In fact, in 2 weeks' time, we'll be going to Ileluji for another friendly match.
Okay, talking about the scoreline now, it is 2-1, and the ADME are leading by 2-1. What will you say about the scoreline?
Yeah, it's okay. Football is a game of 3 options, and it is not over until it is over. I still believe in my boys. I still believe we are going to even win the game.
All right, thank you, sir. It's been nice having you here on ACTV. Hope next time we'll come on you answer.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
All right, thank you very much. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, and we are live here at the ADME College of Education Sport Complex. The match going on between ADME College of Education football team and Winners Football Academy. And I'm right here with the coach of ADME football team. Coach, can we meet you, sir?
You are welcome. I'm at Coach today, ADME College of Education soccer coach.
Okay, thank you very much. Right now, there's a friendly match going on between ADME football team and Winners Football Academy. What will you say about the match?
Thank you very much. What I'm trying to do in the ADME College of Education since I have been employed as assistant coach for soccer games is that if you are looking at this type of game, this has never been happened since the establishment of ADME College of Education. Because ADME College of Education have put the round peg in the normal round hole. Since the inception of ADME College of Education, there is no soccer coach in the college. But since I have been since the inspection of in the office, since I was employed in December last year, so I am putting the team into shape in case of any competition ahead. Despite if we don't have any competition ahead of us, it has never been happened before. It's only when we have competition, is then we bring out our players, the athletes will be coming from each department. But since the ADME has put the round peg in the round hole, so since then I have been training, prepare the team for against any competition ahead, whether we have any competition or not. Very soon, University of Medical Science Ondo here, they want to do their matriculation very soon. They have invited us to play a friendly match. So that is all this thing. I want to put this thing in shape before the match.
Thank you very much, coach. And looking at the score line now, I was going to say ADME is leading by 2-1. So what will you say about the score? Starting from the first half of the match to the second, what will you say about the score, and what will you say about your boys as the performance is going on well?
Thank you very much. In fact, my team supposed to excel more than this, but it is not easy for a student to combine academics and footballing together. If you can see the Winner FC from Ondo here, they are devoted footballers. But these guys, they are comprising two things together, academics and footballing. And it's not easy, but with the passion they have, the interest for the football. That is why I'm able to put them in shape. So by scoring 2-1 against, I'm expecting much from them. But thank God that I'm still leading I'm still leading with 2-1. So I'm expecting my boys to deliver more than that.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach. It was nice having you here on ACTV, and I hope you, when next time we become on, you will answer us very clearly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Coach. Yes. No, as in, so yeah. Okay.
Keep watching DBS TV. We love DBS TV.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of your favorite TV show. This is ACE TV and you're live onto Life of a Star, the Baseline. Thank you for joining us once again on the show. Oh, I know you've been staring at this steady. Don't worry, you meet her very soon. I wouldn't tell you her name yet. You meet her very soon. But today, as you all know, I'm Akimile Olamide. Tony, I don't know where Tony went to, and I don't know if he's going to join us on the show, but let's just see what happens in the course of the show. Last week we were here with MC Kilogram. Yes, and it was a blast because definitely now, trust me, it was the VAR episode of Life of a Star, the Baseline. And today we have someone wonderful with us in the studio. I'm not going to bust the bubbles yet by telling you who he is, but shortly you're going to see that. Before he comes on air, I want to go on a very short commercial break and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
The best day. Look at Baba. I have bought the best Valentine's Day for. What are you talking about? Let me call her, you will see. I'm going to give her this Valentine's Day. Oh, yeah. Hello, Only Pony, Sleepy Pony. I have brought your Valentine's.
Like for real?
It's a very, I promise you the best gift in the world. I am, come on, hello. Credit finish. Give me your phone, let me make a journey. How are you all? You're my baby. Oh Lord. This one is a mistake. Let me call a second number. Sorry. Wait.
Hello, darling. I love you so much. This is Valentine's Day. I'm gonna give it to you back to back. I've been me and you together. Matter the weather.
At last. Yeah. Oh, brother.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. I don't know. Something miraculous happened while we were on the commercial break. Somebody suddenly appeared in the studio. Welcome. Where were you?
Actually, that vehicle I was using, I don't know what went wrong with it.
Don't tell me you're coming up with stories.
No, I'm not coming up with story. Actually,
Okay.
I had an old dog during along.
Okay, don't worry. Along Ikbaye.
Actually, welcome to ACTV. I'm here now.
Of course, we know you're
My name is
here.
Agbada Ola. She might have not introduced me.
Why will I introduce you in your absence? Star.
Please,
We'll talk.
What is this?
Oh, you've not met her yet. Don't worry, you meet her in course of the show.
Don't let us waste more of our time. We have in the studio the greatest Staylight Fresher.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, you said something about that.
So you actually met, you've known.
We actually know him, but for few of us that don't know him.
Like me.
See. Oh, please.
Are you kidding me?
Can we please meet you?
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Akindinomola Paul. Generally, I don't know, but some people have connived and come together to give me names.
Okay.
But the name I give myself for my trade and everything is Succulent Paul, and in other form you can put it as MC Succulent.
Okay.
I am a master of ceremonies. They call me a comedian, and I'm an actor, and I do a little of spoken word, but I don't throw away that talent for I'm too lazy in that area when it comes to spoken word poetry anyway. But that's who I am.
I've not been so...
You know this isn't about you.
Okay. But I'm a star actually.
Spare me. All right. It's so nice to have him here in the studio with us, and he has been showcasing his talent ever since he came in. Trust me. Before we go ahead, he said people have connived to give you any names. They connived.
It happens from secondary school. You know, when you start growing up and you just attained puberty, and if you did educational psychology 1, and you will understand that when you get to that particular area or age, you will start wanting an identity. You want to give yourself a new name, a new meaning. You want people to see you differently. Then I've had a lot of nicknames, lots, sobriquets, very much. Then I call myself...
can you tell us some of those names?
Okay. Yes, the name that I will say really took me out, the name I chose for myself then that was sustained for a very long time before I got an admission was Polynexus.
Confirmed.
Yes. In excess, there are a lot of things to that name, but I won't go into that yet. Polynexus is Paul in excess. You know, Paul means little. And
Apostle Paul.
Paul, yes. Paul. When you know the meaning of Paul, Paul means little. But then I do consider, if not for the fact that the Apostle Paul we know in the Bible did a lot of exploit, I would have changed the name myself. Just because of the meaning. Because I read meaning, I don't read person, because I read meaning to names. Right now, I won't give my child Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Why?
Because
You don't want them to go into fire.
Shadrach, no. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, those names were given to them in Babylon. And their name from the Hebrew, their Hebrew names are Ananiah, Mishael, and Azariah.
Wow. We also have a CRK guru in our
No.
What is CRK?
It's in the Bible.
Pastor.
And from the research, Shadrach means commander of Akko. Is called Shadracho.
You have to start playing
Shadracho.
me.
It's Shadracho. That means commander of Akko. That is the moon god. From my research.
From your research.
In Babylon then. So I won't give my child Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego because I read meaning.
Names.
They are Mishael, Azariah, and Ananiah. Simple. So I read meaning.
No, I love to grab, you know.
Today I'm not just surprised because you come to the studio with someone. Is this a star?
Please, so don't worry.
It's a star. I would love to know the name of this.
You've been meeting stars on campus, and imagine my Teddy is there.
What's the name?
Thelma by name.
Thelma,
yeah.
Actually, I don't want us to go too far from what we are here from.
Yeah, so I've had Polynexus, Paragon, Poliski, Poliano, Paolo, Polystar, a lot. Paul, like that.
I'm so loving that.
Polyandry.
Paul Court. Then I was a football. I love football a lot. So I caught names and I added to Paul.
Reverend, footballer, MC,
Pastor, everything.
No.
Together in one person.
I'm not a pastor, actually. I'm not a pastor.
Okay, without missing the point, where do you hail from?
maybe he's even from Osun State again.
Osun State, no.
Thank God.
You have to.
Please, because for quite a while now, we've been having stars from Osun State.
What is it about that state?
I was born in Lagos,
Okay.
so that makes me a citizen of Lagos, number one. But my origin, my parents, both parents are from Ondo town. So I'm from Ondo West local government.
At least we have someone from. At least we have someone from the whole state.
It's not that I'm marrying you, I'm searching you. Wow.
For how many years have you been into this MC and all of that?
If my memory serves me right, it will be my NC 2 days. Then I anchored my department then, the mathematics department, day party.
Oh, their day party.
Yes, and I saw MC being a goat. So I started working with him. We go everywhere together, and I have to say that he was the one who really put me into the business of talking. I know how to talk then. I make people laugh. Normally that's my way of life, and sometimes I make people laugh outside than I make them laugh on stage. That's me. Yes.
You were saying you were giving birth to in Lagos, so you've spent your days in Lagos.
I spent most of my years in Lagos.
I hope it has not been causing any limitations to your career.
Limitations? First, I never set a limit for myself. I'm not the type that set a limit. I set goals, not limits. And if by whatever I have done here in Ondo town, if it's to be, I've done more in my entire life than I ever did in more than 20 years I spent in Lagos. So it's been a very pleasing experience. I met MC Benga Gold in Ondo here. I've met other MCs, even the great ones here in Ondo. The few ones, my few travels, though I host programs in Lagos, but it's just the mini program, the major programs I've hosted came in this town.
You've been mentioning MC Benga Good. Is there something?
Nothing than he brought me. I have to mention, because I won't be an ingrate in any form. He brought me into the business of talking. He took me out he made me see the way things are done. There is difference between knowing how to talk, just talking, making people laugh, and going into the business part of it. People call you, make us laugh, entertain us in our program. We have, even in burial ceremonies, they will call you to make us laugh. Business is not to make people cry, but it's to make people entertain people. So I would, if I don't mention MC Benga Gold, I don't know who else took me on those travels, those trips. Yeah, hopefully we'll have a platform that take people out. Like this interview, maybe you just call me and your visa is ready, your ticket is ready.
I see.
We are doing this particular program in Dubai.
I was thinking maybe
Not Okitipupa.
No. Wait. I just heard Okitipupa. Please, why are you mentioning Okitipupa? Like, yes, so let me fight for my own town. You're familiar with that place, I guess.
No. I've only been there once. I went for a program there. Okay, maybe three times. I went for a show twice.
Your village?
And Sujingago took me there once.
Please, so you need to stop. That place is way civilized now.
No, it's not a show. It's a wedding. They only know how to do wedding. There are no shows.
Let's forget about that.
Weddings and burials.
Although, yes, thank God you know that. They know how to do
we do shows right here too. We do shows.
Yes.
Thank God for the
Okay.
Wow, that's cool.
What are those characters, what are those traits that have kept you going in the field?
Characters. I'm a very lazy guy. I'm very, very lazy. In fact, it takes the grace of God. It takes the grace of God before I rise up from my bed every morning. That's very lazy. So one thing, there are no traits, though I have this little doggedness. Anything I believe in, you can't take my mind off it. Though the laziness aspect wants to kill that part, but the only thing I would say that have been keeping me moving are my friends. When I see my friends around me, and the first kit I did last year, February 13, when we shot the skit, we were at home and my friends told me, I was not the one who thought about it. It was my friends.
Go through that.
Yes.
I just said last year, okay.
It was last year. And they just said, why not you? You are MC, you call yourself a comedian, you cannot even do skit for us to laugh. And it wasn't even my idea, entirely my idea, though it was my action and everything. But my friend Olabode Mayawa, Soft, and Sam Photography, Olainka Ojo,
yes.
We came into the school and we shot the skits. Now, I would, ever since then, any few of those skits or whatever I do are my ideas. My friends around me, they've been pushing me. You do this thing now. Even till now, I've paused doing skits for a long time now, and the people have been calling me, my friends, telling me, "Oh, she's skits can't here to run." So, if left to me and my laziness, I wouldn't be where I am now.
Business will be what I should adopt now.
Tony, don't pay you.
It's not everybody that's lucky with my own kind of laziness.
I want to become a star. That is why I have to be.
It's not everybody that will be as lucky as I am, because I'm lucky to have those friends that won't make it very obvious that this person is a very lazy guy. Especially, I might not be lazy in the things of life, my academics and everything.
But to wake up from bed.
But when it comes to 7 a.m. lectures, I do have problem with that, because at that 7 a.m. my dream is just moving to the climax.
Kidding me.
Wow.
But I sleep late. Actually, I sleep late. I chat. I do most of my works in the late in the night. Say 12, 1, 2. I sleep earliest 12. So that's another sign of a lazy human being.
Okay. You mentioned that you did your first state performance when you were in NC2, right?
NC2, that would be in 2013. 2013, yes, I started 2013 actually.
So how did you actually discover yourself? What made you think you could do it?
Maybe that show is even the show that cancelled.
Honestly, I would also point out my friend then. His name is Ade Ayomide. I've been lucky with friends actually. He's one say, why not go into it fully and stand on stage and entertain people, know the order of programs and everything. And they brought, and the idea came to me. I went to the department. I said, I want to be the MC for our day. I was the one who made the move myself. I said I want to be the MC for our day. They know that I'm funny in normal life. I make people laugh in class. It's not like I stand in front. Just in normal interaction and everything, people laugh. Then I said, okay, let me go into this thing. And I went to the president then, Olowo Kere Ebenezer Oleb. I went to him and I said, okay, I want to be the MC for a day. And he said, no problem. And I was given 700 naira.
Wow.
So I was given 700 naira to be the MC. And it was a pleasing experience. Then a lot of comments. It was that in that program that Benga God saw me and he called me after the program and said, you tried, but there are ways. You know, it was my first program ever. And he said there are ways you do things, there are ways, there are precepts, apart from just standing on stage and talking, there are guidelines, there are everything you need to know, like the order of programs, how to call people in, how to hype people, you understand? Those are the things I learned from.
We discover you've been on stage several times, and have you for once been nicknamed after a particular show? Maybe you've just presented it and hey, and you'll be like, hey.
Stage. I've been on stage. I don't know which particular one you're talking about. Maybe it's my
a lot of times
stage.
I believe.
A lot of times you've been on the stage, like MC things, maybe comedy. I don't know any of it. Maybe I've just been nicknamed after that show.
You know, I've not had a personal show for myself. But the only name I got on stage didn't come in form of, didn't come after a comedy show. It came after a stage drama. Things Fall Apart. Where people started, no. It came after the Blinkards. Then people started calling me nonsense. Those idiots. They started calling me nonsense. And because that was my major dialogue in that particular stage play. Yes, and people started calling me that name. And even in Things Fall Apart, some people, even the lecturers, the big ones, even the provost of the college, if he sees me today, he calls me Okonkwo because of that particular stage play. So those are the names, just those two. I don't know any other.
So okay, tell me what department are you in actually?
Okay. Right now I'm in the Department of English. I'm a student of English.
That explains the grammar.
Part one. His phone number.
No, actually I have his digits. Please. Don't start. Please.
I'm in the Department of English, 100 level, for clarity, because some people have been calling me finalists. Because I have been close to these guys. I'm in 100 level, Department of English. I'm a student of English, actually. Yes, 100 level.
A senior fresher, to be precise.
I finished with maths economics anyway.
How do you combine academics and
priorities? You have to set your priorities. When you do two things that could demand that you do them simultaneously at some point, or you have to, that will come, that there will be, in academic there are sometimes that lectures clash, and you want to decide which one you attend as a person. So you set your priorities right. In school here, you have your primary assignment. That is your studies. But for people like us who have other engagements, we just have to make time. Right now, my studies take most of my time because the MC aspect of it comes majorly in weekends or some appointed time. I'm not a full-time MC. Comedian. Like I go into full-time and I devote all my time. I'm still a student. So, but it is planning your time. If I have a program, a birthday or whatever to anchor, I have to let whatever, but it might not be in the form of tests or exam. I can't choose my MC over my exams because I having a carryover a standing course is a very big problem. So it's setting your priorities. Thank God they call you in advance.
Of course.
When you want to go for a program, they call you, are you free on this day? Then you'll be able to plan. What are the things that so you have to set those things and plan. We plan. I plan. Let me not talk generally.
Actually, I know Lambi has been saying that to me. I don't know what.
I wasn't staring.
Actually, I just want to ask a question. You know, being a star on campus, how have you been feeling? Like, MC Succulent? Like, I don't know. Maybe you get what I'm trying to ask. How have you been feeling? How have you been coping?
Honestly, I won't say being a star made me know the people I know today. Yes, of course, majority of them, I knew them, they knew me by my talent and everything, but I have close relationship with people. The friends I have, the normal friends, not close ones, the friends I have in school today, I had them because of one personal experience with them. And I told you, majorly, I don't spend, but people call MC Succulent, MC Succulent, MC Succulent, Succulent, and I don't know. Some people, they will greet you, you don't know them. You just have to respond.
Of course.
I've tried to be nice always. I've always tried to be nice.
He's really nice. Well, let me tell you a story.
What story? It's not about you.
There was a day. No, seriously. There was a particular day I was right in front of ACCT office, and MC Succulent passed by, and I was even chatting on my phone, and he greeted all of us sitting there, and somebody was like, "Is that not MC Succulent?" I was like, "So." He was like, "He's so nice," and he even greeted us. I was like,
MC Succulent today.
"You're not."
You are stretching your phone over
You're
time.
not serious.
No, let's be frank here. You know, this thing is being. I won't call myself a star. I'm not a star yet.
Ooh.
In fact, though the program is Life of a Star, and you can call me. You can call me. You are calling me a campus star because me. I told you I set goals for myself. I'm not a star yet. In fact, if you know,
follow the scripture actually. He humble himself.
No.
So that God will lift him up.
No, it's not about humility.
Okay.
The humility aspect of it comes where I want to talk about now. Greeting people is a difficult thing to do, especially for people like us that some people will tell you, even with the way you said I'm nice, a lot of people out there will still say he's proud.
Of course.
So most time, you just have to be calm. Even if you are not happy in you. If you listen to Lil Kesh, Life of a Star, he said most of those things. Sometimes, even most times, we don't have cash. We have trouble with problems of life and lots of things. In fact, the troubles I have now are bigger than my enjoyments. Mm-hmm. Now, in those, you have to make a way out of those troubles to say hi to people, to laugh. Me, I have this very strong face that when I'm not laughing, and some people even say my laugh sometimes is fake. I have the fake laugh, but that's the way. I just try to smile. I try a lot to smile always. It's not easy to greet people, but when you get somewhere, I've made it a routine. Don't just go somewhere and be feeling like you are the boss and something. Say hi to people. It won't remove. It won't cost you anything.
Actually, I feel like getting on. I don't feel like leaving the studio today.
I trust him. Actually, he came with a bed to sleep.
The program is ending.
The time is
not really.
I checked my watch. It's just not favoring me. How we are going so fast. But before we go, we need to ask you this question, MC Succulent. What is your parents' reactions with this your career?
My parents, they know about all these things I'm doing 100%, and they've never advised me against it. Although my parents are in a position where and they cannot say no. You understand? It's not something bad anyway. But when I say Momo Kona, it's not like I am I'm not a
No, we all
to them.
know
They
how
are still
to
my
capture our
parents.
parents. We all know how to do that.
You cameraman.
So now that's the way it is. I just feel I told them from the beginning, anytime I have programs, I call them Mon travel or be bye Badura for me or something like that.
That's a very good one.
That's the way it is, especially my mom. When I call her most of the times, I'm on travel or be bye or my fellow Badura for me. And when I come back, it's dinner and I greet them and so that's the way it is. I've never had a problem. I've never had an instance where or a situation where they advise me against what I'm doing.
That's a very cool one.
The only time they was but I that's a very short part of my life that I don't want to. But it's not about my MC, whatever. It's about politics, and people who advise their children against politics.
Politics,
And they want you to become the governor.
Yes, I used to wonder. No. Let's be serious. When parents, I remember when parents come, when you are having your morning prayer. When they are having morning prayer, and your mommy or the president, or the governor, but you come to that mommy. But you say one mommy can't carry the pastor preach can't carry and they'll tell how will I become president? Even in churches, it happens today. I won't mention name of churches. When you go to the spiritual leader and say, I want to contest your fellowship leader. I want to contest. They will tell you, no, you are becoming carnal. That's the reason why the politics system nowadays is so mashed up. It's left for the world to do. And if we can have a group of people with one mind that will start from the departmental presidents, come together, make things right, grow up, groom people like that, and they go into the society, then we have little corruption issues.
Imagine the SPG president being the JCF president.
Imagine. Now, these situations is even worse because even there is corruption in the church.
And the corruption
everywhere.
is even the church.
Corruption is everywhere, so it's very difficult. The church now it's just, let's just
we are digressing.
But I'm just trying to say our parents are very funny. They want you to be the president, but they don't want you to go into politics. How will you become the president without doing politics?
I wonder. Ladies and gentlemen.
What happened to ladies and gentlemen?
Tony, please, what did I do to deserve all this? What did I... Don't worry, we'll see after the show. What?
Water.
All right, this is where we'll be capping it up all on the show today.
This is MC Succulent. We can't just go like that. We need a reaction.
Okay.
Okay, assuming today is my birthday, and this May 23rd. Okay, that's my birthday.
Okay, we
this
assuming
is February 20.
our MC.
Maybe I have 60.
The strength of 60 people. Oh.
So can you please just give us
a live performance?
Can you let us be involved?
Let us just smile.
Live performance.
Oh yes.
Okay.
It's my birthday actually.
It's your birthday. Okay. First of all, let me just do it this way.
Okay.
In the situation of the country now, many people are not nice. And especially when you get to the ATM, there was a situation in December, then the long queues and everything, and MMM causing trouble in Nigeria.
Wait, why will you be talking about my birthday?
Then I was at the ATM, and normal question. When you get to the ATM, you ask, who is the last person
on the line?
Okay.
And I asked, humbly, with the greatest humility I have, please, who is the last? Okay, I went to a woman. I saw the woman at the back.
Okay.
Are you the last person on the queue? That was my problem.
Oh.
It was supposed to be an armless question. And the woman looked at me. Ray! I said, huh? Excuse me, I'm not causing your destiny, man. I'm actually asking, are you the last person? Yeah, Ray! I calmed down. I didn't even ask any other person. I sat down. And I was looking. The queue was moving. The woman got to the ATM. Pam, tom.
Oh my God.
And you know ATM, very funny. Some people say the sexiest voice you have is the voice of a woman. No, it's not the sexiest voice. The sexiest voice is when the ATM is counting that.
Gosh.
You know, you have pressed 10,000. It's not doing.
You know?
That time you are looking around, you are telling people that no, yes. And when you collect the money, so when you cover the ATM, that means it's 1,000 or 500 naira you want to collect. But anytime you want to collect 10,000 or you want to collect the money like 3 times, that is 10,000. You turn your side this way and you do like this. That's the way it's done. Okay. So the woman covered the ATM. The ATM was doing. The ATM coughed.
Oh my God.
The ATM does it. Pum.
Don't come out.
Temporarily unable to.
You don't mean it.
Your people that were coming, that joined the queue with the woman, they left. The woman was looking. I sat down there, I was just watching. The woman pressed again. The thing still did. Pum, temporarily unable. 3rd time, 4th time. The woman looked back. She didn't see anybody. That was when the woman came to me. The woman came to me. And joy again. To get you been at a world. May travel lost your
So she can speak in another language.
That was how I stood up. I looked at her. Ray! Zukayakaba! Zua!
Actually,
This is so funny.
I want to be healed from this present moment. Wow, this is glorious. You actually. Wow.
We really have to
go now.
Tony, I know Tony does not want to.
All right, let me give this final word to the people. There are a lot of people that are having lots of troubles in their career and every other thing. I want to tell you that there is nothing you cannot do. In fact, the technology now is making the whole world coming out of their closet. And when I mean coming out of their closet, I don't mean gays and whatever now. Now, people are coming out of their closet. They are not hiding their talents anymore. They show it at the very least opportunity. That is why you see a musician doing comedy skits. That is why people, these things, they are in you. Let them out. Find every opportunity to let them out. And I want to tell you, the world is in its worst situation now. The world does not care if you cry. The world cares when you get out of your shell and do something worthwhile, even in the littlest way. So please don't give excuses. I talked about my laziness, but I never use it as an excuse to not do something. When it's time to do it, I get out of that laziness and do it. I'm the laziest man you can ever see, and I still walk tirelessly. So now, please, get out of your shell. Do something worthwhile. People out there are people waiting for you. And there's my very favorite quote. I coined it from Aquila and the Bee.
Okay.
The greatest fear out there is not that we are inadequate. Our biggest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, talented, gorgeous, and fabulous? And you ask, who are you not to be? Who am I not to be? We are let out to let our light shine, and there are people looking up to us. Now, if you don't let our light shine, automatically we are killing the light of the people that are looking up to us. Now, that is where I'm going to. Let your light shine. You are not helping yourself alone. You are helping thousands of people that will follow that chain. There is a chain. People will follow that train. If you don't let your light shine, automatically thousands of people who will follow that train, you have just broken the rail, and the people will fall down. That's my final verdict. Thank you.
Wow. Honestly, this is so interesting. Honestly, we just really have to go on the show today. Tony.
Where are you going?
Okay, I'll behave like I didn't hear that. Before we leave here, I'm sorry I didn't give you an update about what happened here last week on Facebook for our Facebook fans. But I'll definitely do that. Don't worry, trust me. And I'll also update for those of us that will be unable to view it live. I'll also update you guys on Facebook. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at ACE TV Life of a Star, and on Instagram you can follow us Life of a Star The Baseline,
and on Facebook Life of a Star The Baseline.
Yep, and you can also like the TV's Facebook page, ACE TV. Yeah, so
this is your start. I think you have to go home now. I want to start speaking in tongues because at this point I have to be doing reka.
I will be leaving you here to speak in tongues then.
No, that is what there is.
Please let me get out of the show first.
Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thank you.
We shall meet same time next week.
Peace.
Thank you. Bye.
Is the best day. Look at Baba. I have bought the best Valentine's Day for. What are you talking about? Let me call her and you will see. I'm going to give her this Valentine's Day. Oh yeah. Hello, baby. Only funny, sweetie ponero. I have brought your Valentine's.
Like for real?
It's a very, I promise you the best gift in the world. I am, come on, hello. Credit finish. Give me your phone, let me make call, Jerry. How are you all? You're my baby. Oh, Lord. This one is a mistake, Jerry. Let me call a second number. Oh. Sorry. Wait.
Hello, darling. I love you so much. This is Valentine's Day. I'm gonna give it to you back to back. And bring me and you together. No matter the weather.
At last. Yeah. Oh, brother.
Keep watching ACE TV. We love ACE TV.
Right from the questions that are set, some of us, if there are 5 contents in a particular course, we set questions for 3 of them. It is not good. Our questions must reflect students are very wise. They know that towards the end of the semester, because maybe the lecturer is having his PhD somewhere, he will teach them to the questions, and they know. Yes, they know. Then they go and prepare for it. Then you enter into their hands. They know. Once you are rushing them, giving them lectures on Saturday, they know you'll be hitting the areas you have set questions on. And they will know. Yes, they know. Okay, he has come, we know. And don't forget too, that as model, as mentors, our behavior, they give us name. If you have never heard your own name, the day you hear it, you will faint. All of us have our names. Year in, year out. Students in SC3, when new ones are coming, they tell them, don't go to that department. And we will be complaining we don't have students. Because we have to re-examine our mentorship role. This is part of work quality compliance. Supposed to, you sit down as a team and work this out. And until we can do this, we will be implementing the curriculum this way, while government is expecting us to go this way. Let me see whether we have any other slide. I think it should be the last. Thank you very much. This is about the... Please let us still find time at least on our own, please. We give these documents to assist us. Please don't let us put it where it will gather dust, like our usual normal conference papers. When we come from conference, we have just done. Until the day we remember, we want to, let me write for promotion without be searching here and all our clothes will be dusty. So please, this one should be on our table in the front so that we know we are very busy, but let us find time to read through all of it. The next, do we have questions? We should continue because we are running behind schedule and we still have 4 more presentations. At least we can take 3, carry one over to tomorrow. Sir? Maybe we'll start from the first slide. The first slide, though. The first. About where the departments are. Schools. Oh, wow. That one is not part of this one. All right. Oh, you want to talk of the college structure? Yes. We'll talk more tomorrow on it. Okay. Yes. This one we cannot change it. Except the opportunity of review now. We can propose more, maybe to improve it. But this is what the stakeholders agree. No NCC. The stakeholders. We brought Director of Academic Planning, Deputy Provost, and the other register of provosts. We brought all of them together in 2015, February, to Kaduna. How many people attended from there? Nobody. Hey, please, let us try. We know you are having more degree than NC. Please, let us remember that primarily the institution, all the infrastructure you see here. So please, liaise with us directly. Some late, some when it comes because it involves sponsorship, the leadership will keep it. And minority people will be deciding, taking decisions for the majority. I remembered vividly when we were to settle the issue of the maximum credit that the NC candidate is supposed to have to graduate. We discovered 2004 minimum standard, and the subsequent ones have more credit units to do NCE than degree. And we said, okay, this is abnormal. Can't we look into this piece at piece to reduce it to maybe between 100 and 105? And we invited everybody to Zaria. Some departments, like I know Yoruba, somebody, one from Oyo, one from Munkebu, including the people in Zaria, decided, that time decided what will happen to Yoruba. Yes, because you are not there. It's whatever they bring. All this, this one is too loaded, they put one credit, they did it. But you are not there. If it were to be a full house, it would be a different ball game. That is the truth. So please, since the quality assurance culture is there now, NCC has a very standard quality assurance. If there is any information with you, at least we have been working with you over time. Let's continue the synergy so that whatever, if there is any letter, I will make sure I send it to your email, I have your email, and I've been working with all the quality assurance in all the colleges of education. Yes, ma'am. Can you talk like a teacher without mic? No, she can't.
So when you were explaining the issue of CA,
yes, ma'am,
that it comes in two forms.
Three forms.
Three forms.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to remember practical and theory. In my own
I said one in a month. That's what is in the minimum standard. One CA in a month. So that you don't give all the CA within 1 month. We know the practice. 2 tasks. One individual work, one group work. Then 2 tests. One theory, one practical. Those are the 3 conditions.
No.
Page 18, paragraph 6.
The text, the practical aspect of it. Now considering a course that has 2 units.
Yes.
Now, there are times when things do not work very well. Like here, it's a prevalent thing that some students may not even resume on time. Okay. Now, the lecturer is left with, let's say, 8 weeks. Okay. In a course like Igbo, we teach language 2.
Good afternoon and welcome to your one and only lovely television program, Know Your Lecturers, on ACE TV at the DBS College of Education, Ondo. My name is Afeolu Atosin Gloria, and the program, as I always say, is a program in which you get connected to the word of your lecturers. Apart from the faces you see on campus and classes, there are more to them that you should know. There are fantastic and interesting things that you should know about them. And right now we are in the Department of Fine and Applied Arts in DBS College of Education, and I have with me Dr. Ajayi, an HOD in the department. I want you to meet him as I connect you to his word. Welcome. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. It's nice having you on the program.
My pleasure.
So who is Dr. Ajayi?
Dr. Wale Ajayi is the current head of Department of Fine and Applied Arts at DBS College, Ondo.
Okay, so where are you from?
Okay, I'm from Lagos State. I'm a Lagosian.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. So can you give us a summary of your educational background and achievements so far?
By God's grace, I schooled in Zaria. I'm a Zaria person. Okay. My first degree is from Zaria. My master's degree from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. And then my PhD too is from Ahmadu Bello University.
Wow, so you should be able to speak Hausa?
Not really. I understand Hausa, but I can't speak it fluently.
Okay. So how do you find yourself in this field? Is this something you love doing from the onset, or you just like, let me go into arts, fine and applied arts?
Really, I think it's inborn. So I remember when I was very small, those days when my parents, anytime they bought milk, there's this pig milk in the 60s, early 60s. Okay. It came with a cardboard on top, like what we call a straw board these days. So anytime that is collected, that has always been my focus. So I will pick it up and whatever I could do, drawings and paintings and the rest of them. So I know painting art generally has been in me from.
So what you're trying to say is that anybody that is not talented in this field cannot, come to this department.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Because in this department we have basic requirements, so you'll be okay, with the applied arts.
Okay. So what makes you feel special and unique? Because, like you always claim that you're special, you're unique, you're creative, and all that.
Yes, you are right. Art is life. Okay. There's no aspect, of discipline that you don't art. Even in medicine, there's a level of surgery that you require artists. So there is that area that you can't use equipment, technology. So you need because of the human nature. So you need an artist to work with a medical person for drawings and one or two other things. Okay. So every aspect of life, you need art. Okay. There's no doubt about it.
Okay. So the artworks on the wall, did you do them yourself?
Okay, yes, quite. Okay, the one behind me is one of my creations. I did this one in 2012.
Wow.
Then the other one behind there is a student project.
Okay.
So that one is titled Agbawabura.
Okay. So it means all these creative works, they have like a message behind it.
Yes. Okay. There's always a message behind an artwork because it comes from the mind of the artist. There's a message the artist has to relay.
Okay. So looking at the nature of your work and the office you're holding right now, and you're a family man, right? So how do you combine these things together successfully?
It's God's grace because the responsibility of a head of department is so enormous. But thank God for the understanding I have with my family. So when they see me, and when they don't see me, they know I must be busy in the office. So there has not been any problem.
So apart from lecturing, painting, drawing, what other things do you do? Maybe to have fun.
Okay, fun. As an artist, you really have a free time because if you are not in the studio, you are, even when you sit down, your mind is somewhere thinking of what you are going to do next. And by the grace of God, I'm the president and the RC pastor of Living Faith Church.
Wow.
So when I'm not in the office, my weekends,
church.
Yes, it's for God.
Wow, that's nice. That's lovely.
You're welcome.
So what are your experiences like, being a fine and applied arts student and teacher, and also being the HOD of fine and applied arts?
Quite a lot of them, because the system, the Nigerian system, we are trying to train our students not to be. ADM College of Education is an institute for teachers, training teachers, but we are teaching our students not only to be teachers but to be professionals. When you finish from this department, and maybe you are waiting to be employed, you can be gainfully employed. You can open your studio, but you don't need a space. You don't need such a large space. Any small space, you can bring your things together and you can, do one or two things in art and fend for yourself.
Okay.
So that is the level we are taking our students. We are not to rely on who will employ you, but how you even be employed people.
Okay. So what has been your contribution to the development of the department?
So the challenges are always there, one way or the other. So you can't run away from them. As you are finishing with one, another one is around there waiting for you. So when you are determined, my determination is to, at the end of the day, I want to be successful. I want to look back at how many years, how many months I've spent in the department and be able to count, okay, God has helped us to do this and that.
Okay. So what have you been able to contribute?
The outside world, beyond what experience they have in the college. So they interacted with other students, art students from other institutions, and they could, they related with them and they could measure themselves, and I believe that has helped them, because when they came back, it's reflecting in their works. You can see that those exposures, they had, it's reflecting, and many others that could not make it, they were eager. They are looking for such opportunities, and we are trusting God this year. We had a few, invitations, so we are trusting God will be able to, meet up with the expectation.
Okay. So, what are your dreams and aspirations apart from this? What other things do you aspire to be? Maybe later in life, or
to be the likes of Picasso, the likes of Van Gogh.
Okay.
One thing with art and artists is you could be here in Nigeria and your works moves around the world. Okay. But there are several other places. I've had a few contacts on the net that, that people are interested. They want to see, they want to know who the person is. That's one of the challenges I'm having presently, because I've had invitations for exhibitions outside the country, but because of the nature of the work, so I'm trying to suspend, until maybe after this, then I'll be able to move around. Okay. So God has helped us, has helped my work to move around. Thank God for the internet technology anyway. Okay. So I hope one day those that desiring to see me, I'll be able to see them and then mix with other professionals and develop myself. Beyond the sky is the limit, in short.
So what has kept you going, and what is your philosophy about life, generally?
Okay, generally I believe man is created to impact life. That is when I find myself. I want to make sure whatsoever capacity that God has given unto me, I want to put in my best. In fact, that's one of the things that brought me to ADM, because for about 6-7 years, my colleagues have been trying to move me here, but I enjoy my work in Lagos. I was a full-time student, but I discovered that students came all over from higher institutions to my studio in Lagos for attachment. So that was just the limit. I now felt if I could move into an institution of higher learning, I will have many more lives to impart. And that's my philosophy, and by God's grace, we are seeing results. Because most of our students, when they go, some of our students, when they go, they come back, and the response you see on the social network is very encouraging. And that's what has been keeping me that. Even if we are not making millions, as my colleagues are making in their students' work, the lives that we are imparting and the result we are making is enough.
Thank you very much, sir. The last question is that what is your advice for Nigerian students?
Well,
because they are watching.
Yes. My advice to be sincere, to be honest, and to be patient, because the world today is is it a race I would call it, or if the speed is so high that everybody is they are looking beyond their capacity. So I want to encourage them, whatever, make Adeyemi a starting point. And whatsoever knowledge you get from here is to help you in life. So don't stretch your hand to where you cannot, beyond your limits.
Okay, we're in the Arts Gallery of the Fine and Applied Art Department, and we have a lot of beautiful paintings on the walls and pictures. So the HOD will be telling us the brain behind it and the information that is attached to these paintings. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. This painting is a pictorial history of the leadership of Adeyemi College of Education since inception. So it's a student project, final year project. The artist's name is Olusegun Adenrele. So he was trying to tell us, paint a picture of what happened, the first principal. I mean, I'm not familiar with their names anyway. So right from here, you move around until you get to most of the works in the gallery are students' projects, and then outstanding works, that the department selected from their courseworks. So we have this is from textile design. It's a lady, the material is a mixed media. It's made with beads and some other found objects, fabric, and the rest of them. And you can see beads all over there. Then this is a ceramic work. It's a ceramic relief. It's another of students' work. This is from graphics. This is a print. This is also telling a history, telling us a story of the hairstyle, Nigerian hairstyle, from the ethnic groups in Nigeria, the Nupe, the Igbo, the Ibibio, and then you come to Yoruba. It's a mix. Yorubas, the Igbos, and people from the north, they all engage in this kind of hairstyle from time to time. So when you move around, there are several others. This is a sculpture, for example. This is titled Survivor. It's a wood carving of. It's one of the students' works as well. Then over here you see these are packages, product packages from our graphics section. We customize products. Then right here you have this is from textile. This woven fabric, they are made by students. They are student projects. So for a couple, for example, for a traditional wedding. Then behind you here is a beadwork. It's mixed media too. Fabric, beads, and all on canvas.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Well, as you can see, this department is really... For you to come to the department, you don't need this week episode on Know Your Lecturer. Join me next week as I'll be connecting you to another word of your lecturer. Do have a lovely day. I am Afuyalo Atosin Gloria. Thank you very much.
Keep watching AC TV. We love AC TV.
Hello viewers at home, you are watching ACE TV and my name is Agbadaola Anthony. I'm from the Department of Geography 300 level and here with me is a fresher.
Good day viewers, I'm Olawi Eniola.
This program has been designed for you freshers to know. So for your questions and your inquiries, we know you have lots of things in your mind that you want to ask for you to be met. So we have a representative representing you. So ask most of the questions you have also with you that you don't have an answer to. So let's...
Thank you, moderators. One of my questions is in terms of the relationship with the students and the lecturers.
Yes, Adeyemi College of Education is the first college of education in Nigeria. That might interest you and remains the best teacher training institute in Nigeria. And for this to keep on going, we have the best dons, the best lecturers, teachers on this campus. And that has made it easier for communication gap to be bridged between students and they are so friendly. They are welcoming, so be expecting welcoming people, fathers, mother, be expecting lots of friend lecturers on this campus.
Oh, that's interesting. So my second question is, how do we go about our registration with the freshers?
Yes, the college has made things more easier as we know that technology, ICT is not in the back. Is also we are in the level of ICT in Nigeria, so the college is not lacking behind. So anything you want to know about your registration, anything you want to do, just go to the college portal. I've made everything available there.
Oh, that was my point to my shoe outside there.
Crash card and same on the March 3rd of March.
Okay, good evening to all from starting from the
yes, the freshers like.
It's going to be a well-packaged one from each department
yes.
to enlighten the freshers. And also going to the entertaining aspect.
Yeah.
There are a lot of shows that will be coming up
this semester. Yes, and let me just quickly talk about this. Last section we had of MC Wurimuri Comedy Flash Volume 1, I think. So, what's it called? Shango Birin, yeah, Shango, that's a stage. Yeah. Still out there.
Ó ti jìnnà ẹ máa kọ́ tó bá lè ra sáré tí à ń kí.
Ní oṣù kẹta lẹ́yìn náà ni fún ti dìgírì ọjọ́ kejì oṣù kẹta ọdún yìí.
Èyí ni pé ọjọ́ kìíní àti.
To you, applicants, you are listening and watching us from our package voice all those that we things together. What you want something and I need a car. Please, I can even a desire to have sex with something as a young man to be my wife. What to see and not even getting
the way that the treatment is served to give to you. I still have a lot of skills outside the country. The number you can call me is +234 8066 203810. My name is Steve Matthew. Thank you very much for watching this video. Goodbye.
Keep watching AC TV. We love AC TV.
Hello viewers at home, you are watching ACE TV and my name is Agbadaola Anthony. I'm from the Department of Geography 300 level and here with me is a fresher.
Good day, viewers. I'm Olawi Eniola.
This program has been designed for you freshers to know. So for your questions and remains the best teacher training institute in Nigeria.
Credentials like your biodata, your O-level result, and a scratch card. But for me, I've obtained my O-level results many years ago, and I can't even find my scratch.
20th of this month, and for matriculation, it has been is on the first of the third month of this year. That is on the March 3rd of first day in the month of March. So we have that of the NC on the first day, that is on first, and on the second, if you don't have a phone that can a multimedia for a smartphone, you can also view ACTV in our viewing center like Babatunde Ikpaye Lecture Theatre, the Student Union Beijing, and very soon you have access to ACTV in halls of residence.
That's interesting. That's very good. And what are the activities you have for us?
Yes, there are a lot of welcoming activities from the college. We have a welcoming party. The college will welcome you. Okay. Your faculty will welcome you. Your department will welcome you. Even your local government associations will welcome you.
Thank you.
So be ready for, we are glad that you people are here. And don't let us forget the fact that this is not a secondary school, nor you are a boarding house student. So nobody will wake you up, nor tell you time for lectures. So you must determine whatever you want. Yes, Adeyemi College of Education is the first.
Right from the questions that are set, it's not good. The day you hear it, you will faint. To be to improve it, the institution, all the infrastructure. And so, yes, ma'am.
That it comes in two forms.
Three forms.
Three forms.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to remember practical and theory. In my own
I said one. From the grouping, you said you go and do what you hear me. Thank you. Please, let's save time.
Some people have to speak like a graduate of it. Give a presentation. How many of us have done something like that? It's not to make up for the. And yeah. I'm sure you don't do PhD. You call that English, math, literature. You went down. You show students that. I said, I want to observe it. It was part of his lesson. Some people, I won't come that if
your mentor evaluates.
You know that Jesus is Lord. Your father.
It's coming. It's coming. In the mighty name of Jesus. Glory, glory, glory. Yes, yes.
Pastor.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Yeah, how may I help you?
Pastor.
Yeah.
The enemies of my forefather are still following me.
Really?
Yes, sir. My business is running down.
Oh my God.
I don't know what to do against that. That's why I've come to you, sir.
Kneel down. Let me pray for you. Wait, put this land. Put my prayer. Yeah. In the mighty name of Jesus,
Amen.
I will buy from.
Amen.
That of business will boost.
Amen.
That will be removed in the mighty name of
Amen.
everybody will buy from.
Amen.
My wife will buy from.
Amen.
Everybody will buy from.
Amen.
Everybody will buy from.
Amen.
In the mighty name of Jesus, I buy for my baby.
Amen.
In Jesus' name, I pray.
Amen.
Amen. Amen, brother. Amen. Oh yeah, brother, sit down. Let's talk. So, brother, tell me, what are your business?
Pastor, I make and sell coffees.
You mean you sell
Coffee, yes. I made it and I sell it out.
You mean coffee or coffee?
Yeah, coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. I'll finish my prayer. Kneel down. Let's continue. Let's do the prayer. Yeah, like this. We are this too. In the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
Hey, in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. You will not buy from me. Hey, that your prayer will run down. Hey, fire will burn that business. In the mighty name of Jesus. Fire will burn that business. In the mighty name of Jesus. In the mighty name of Jesus. Hey, you will run down. You will run down. In the mighty name of Jesus. Hey, you will run down. Stupid boy. Really? You won't kill me? Huh?
Keep watching ACTV. We love ACTV. Keep watching ACTV. We love ACTV.
On the beat.
Good day, viewers out there. You are welcome to Art Chat with the President on ACTV, the bridge between you and your president. This is a program that brings you more closer. It improves the relationship between you and your president, be it the departmental president, association president, faculty president, even the student and government president, social club president, any president. And let me let you know this, the All Chancellor of every hall in Adeyemi, they are also president. Today's program is going to be a very unique one because I have the All Chancellor of Wande Abimbola All here with me in the studio. My name is Oraita Abdurrahman, Orex Infinity, your usual host on Actor to the President on SCTV. Good afternoon, the All Chancellor.
Good afternoon.
You are welcome to Actor to the President.
Thank you.
Your name?
My name is Ojofe Itimi Olola Demorenikeji.
From which department?
Department of English, 400 level.
You are welcome once again.
Thank you.
For the next few minutes, I'll be asking you some questions, basically on Wande All. Wande All, Wande All, Wande All. What's that? How does that name Wande come up?
Okay. The full name of Wande All is Wande Abimbola All, and it is the biggest hostel on campus. And according to history, it was named after Professor Wande Abimbola, who was the Vice Chancellor of Obafemi Awolowo University. He was the one that commissioned the hostel.
Thank you very much. You said it's the largest hall.
Yes.
What is the capacity of the hall?
360.
360. How many rooms do you have there?
We have about 72 rooms.
72 rooms. Thank you. Let me start from this. You being the All Chancellor, how did you become that? Did you contest it then or what?
Yes, I contested, though I didn't even have the plan to go for the post.
Okay.
It was like few days before the election. I took the form, I contested, and I won.
How many of you contested then?
2.
What's the name of the other person?
Her name is Adedokun Esther. She's also in my department.
Okay.
The same level.
You live in the same hall till now?
Yes.
Do you still have a relationship with her?
Of course, yes. She's my classmate. We greet each other. If I need anything from her, I go to meet her. There was no kind of disagreement between us.
Okay, but there is no close relationship?
Right from time, we've not been close.
Okay.
We didn't have any close relationship like that, so it was just normal, even after the election.
Thank you. Let me ask you this. As it is known that Wande Abimbola All is formerly a male and female hostel,
okay,
but now a female hostel. If I checked around your hostel recently,
all right,
I could see some deaths. How are you coping with that?
Like, you know, every hostel has problems with that. There is no hostel you will get to and you won't see deaths around.
How are you coping with it?
Now, it has not been easy. You know, students have this, they have their way of telling you to get off if you call them and talk to them about these dates.
Okay.
Now, like today, I had my whole wedding called me and she was like, she heard something about dates, and I was like, there is nothing I can do other than to call these students together and plead with them. Now, if I see anybody littering the ground, I can still scold that person. I think I'm still on the authority. I still have the authority to do that. I'll scold the person. But most times, you don't even see the person that does it. So the least we just do is call them together, beg them that, okay, please treat this place like you treat your house. Make it your second home, but still you still find people that will go beyond that.
Thank you, Chancellor.
You're welcome.
It is a usual problem in halls, basically in ADME these days, the issue of squatters.
Yes.
How many people do you have in a room particularly?
We have 4 in a room.
4 in a room. How are you coping with squatters?
There is no how you can't do without squatters.
Okay.
Even if you try to eradicate them, you can't do without them.
Does that mean, sorry to cut in there, so you can't do without squatters? That means you have squatters in Wande Hall?
Yes.
What if the squatter is a criminal? How do you stand for that?
If the squatter is a criminal and you find, okay, you won't know if she is a squatter or not. But once the person has committed a crime, you tend to find out, we have a logbook, you tend to find out if the person is a squatter or the owner of the space. Then when you find out that the person is a squatter, you chase the person out, or you go to the dean, report the case to the dean, and necessary measures will be taken.
Still on the issue of this squatter.
Okay.
How do you cope? Because you said now that you can't do without it. Don't you have a special measure that will not even bring any squatter to Wande Hall?
Even this issue of squatters, when I initially emerged as the Hall Chancellor, I was like, okay, I will try as much as possible not to allow squatters. But okay, we have portals that whenever you want to come in, they check your file and holders. But you still see people that are sneaking. It's just, you don't know how they will do it. There are some that will come in around 6 o'clock in the morning. And by that time, a porter might not be on duty.
Why won't a porter be on duty?
The person who does the night and have gone home before the person who will be in the morning will come around. It might just be a space of few minutes. You understand? But they take the chance. They have their way of getting to know that a porter is not on duty.
On duty or not. Okay, thank you very much. Do you have any relationship with your porter? How are you coping? Maybe you have a special relationship that makes your work as a Hall Chancellor go effectively.
The issue is for the Hall Chancellor to be portals and your Hall Warden, make them know they are somebody to you. You understand? So initially you would have gone to meet them that, okay, please, I need you to work for me. Do this and I will do this for you. At the end of the session, it's not possible for you to leave that post and you won't appreciate them. So once they know that, okay, this person will appreciate us, this person is friendly, this person is accommodating, then you are good to go. They'll work with you.
Thank you very much. You as the Hall Chancellor, do you still have other executives of the Hall that you work together?
Yes.
That are voted in as you are voted as well?
Yes, yes. I have my General Secretary, Treasurer, Welfare, PRO, and also Miss Wande.
I have lots of questions to ask you. This program, this answer to the President on ACTV, which your usual host, Oraitan Abdraman, Orex Infinity. I can see I have here with me the Hall Chancellor of Wande. She said that she's having another executive, the Treasurer, General Secretary. I don't know what he uses things for. She will tell us here today. What do you still need General Secretary for in the Hall? The Treasurer, what do you need them for?
No man is on an island.
Okay.
I can't do everything on my own if I don't want to die.
Okay.
Now, my General Secretary, she's supposed to always take minutes of meetings we have. And also, Treasurer, she will be in charge of the accounts, both of us.
Let me take it from here. What account is that? Do you still pay in for the SUG, they pay at the departmental levy, the faculty levy? Do they still need to pay at the hostel? What do you use the money for?
We use the money for our day, which comes up every second semester. Okay. It's just a token of 500 naira.
500 naira is a token. I think that's the highest receipt on campus.
On campus, yes.
500 naira.
500 naira.
And you said you're having 360
students.
360 students.
Yes, yes.
Paying 500 naira.
Yes.
That is much. That is much.
You only say that is much, but at the end of it, you realize, okay, during the day they collect souvenir.
Okay. Let me cut in here. Okay. Do you have manifestos when you're contesting?
Not really, but I intend to start one.
Okay. What were your intentions when you come up to be the Hall Chancellor of Wande?
I initially said, okay, what they are lacking, I will try as much as possible to help them with it. And as at then, we didn't have this wire that we used to spread clothes. Okay. It wasn't much at all. Okay. So I was like, okay, I will try as much as possible to do that before I leave. And
you have done that?
Yes, because
with 500 naira.
Not with the 500 naira.
What is money?
All wardens do collect money.
Okay.
There's a name they call it. I can't remember.
Honorarium?
No.
Or what?
I can't
They give it to
remember.
all wardens?
Yes, they give it to all wardens.
Okay.
So whatever you need, and you think, okay, your money will not be able to take it up, then you go to the whole warden, you tell he or she, okay, Master, we need this, we need that. And if the money is enough, she'll tell you, okay, wait till so time.
Okay.
So I went to meet her that we need a line for our clothes.
Okay.
And thank God she did it for us.
Let me say this. You as a Hall Chancellor, it is not easy as you have been explaining for the past few minutes. How are you coping with being the Hall Chancellor and also with academics?
One thing in life is you set your priority right. Once you set your priority right, then you're good. I know myself.
Okay.
I know when I read, when I'll be able to assimilate. I know if I read in the morning, I might not be able to assimilate, and so I set my timetable right. I don't allow my position to interfere with my academics. It's not only one day I'm handling some other things.
Like?
Okay, like in my department, I'm the vice chairman of for our dinner, FYS, like that. And also in my fellowship, I'm the FYB chairman. So I have so many things, but once I
coping.
God has been helping me.
That's great, that's great. That's great. Thank you, the Chancellor.
Yes, sir.
I hope you are glad being on this program.
Of course.
And I think when next I invite you, you'll be happy to respond as soon as possible.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Let me ask you this. Being an Hall Chancellor, do you have anything, maybe salary, stipend, honorarium that you collect? Maybe the dividend of being a Chancellor. Does that exist?
No, we don't collect anything. But once you have the mindset of being the Hall Chancellor or any post, have it in mind that it's a selfless service. Have it in mind that you won't gain anything from it. But as much as you serve your people, then that should make you happy.
Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy every breath of our chats. That is my chat with the one-day Abimbola Hall Chancellor. He's at chat with the President on ACTV with Oryx Infinity. I would like to call the program to an end here, and I will be glad if you can meet me on.
They don't cause you need Dave. My friend, maybe they don't keep person for you. What's wrong now? Stop working with this guy. Stop working with this guy. Like me when I meet me, I don't go with that. What is going on now? Oh, boy, last question.
So waiting to happen now.
They go
that reminds me. My car no good though. I need a call from you. If you pick me on your way to work tomorrow morning,
I say they crazy. You don't do soccer wages.
Remember
1997, primary 5.
What happened?
When the left leg of my sandal, we remove. When I talk to make you laugh me for inside ball. When 10 I get 10 I change. When you talk to your leg dey pain you, remember abi? When I expect when inside snow for up to 5 hours. Rain come knock me on top. They crazy, come punish you. Fucking nigga.
Guy, I can't even remember that. That's like 20 years ago. Guy, are you for real? Guy.
Hey, guy, I said they do one AC modeling stuff for inside school, sha.
Yeah, myself, I hear now. Their name no be EAP. No, not EAP. Is it EFC? AC Bong.
Bros, na AC Vogue.
Na you sabi. Na every mistake you dey take like that. It's okay, it's okay.
Just leave him. See, anyhow you talk can make sense. But I saw their picture on Instagram and on Facebook.
Me too, I see them too now.
The pictures make sense now.
They can't make sense like that.
Make sense, like for real.
Is that not? Hey guys, as the man was go now, he see also.
On English you don't know.
Again, Abi.
Just add ED to the C. He see does.
Hey!
Wait. Both of you.
What's the past tense of see does?
That's very simple. You saw does.
Sawdust because sawmill ni.
I think I've been calling you.
Are you mad? I've been calling you since now.
When this the word what you be using?
Come on, get out. I've been calling you since. Why I can go and speak in my iPhone? Why would I give you?
To ACE TV on the program Know Your Lecturers. It's a program created for you to be connected to the world of your lecturer, their styles, their makeup, everything about them. And we're right here in the Department of English, a lecturer from the Department of English, and also the Dean Student Affairs. And I want you to relax and enjoy the rest of the program. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Please, can we meet you?
Yeah. I'm Mr. Olaluoyi O.O., a lecturer in the Department of English, and also the Dean, Division of Student Affairs, Academic College of Education, Ondo.
What part of the country do you come from, sir?
Which
part of the country do you come from?
Okay. I come from the south of Ondo State, specifically from Odeirili.
Wow.
In the local government.
Unless, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you give us a summary of your educational background and qualifications?
Okay. My educational background started from Methodist Primary School, Odeirili, where I was born and bred. I had primary school education there. I was also opportune to attend the then modern school. And that
should be around what year?
Yes, that was between 1975 and 1978. I was in modern school. That set was the last set in Ondo State. Because after that year, 1978, there was no modern school again. Many of you may not know what they call a modern school. Then it was a kind of this education whereby after primary 6, you go there and spend 3 years. They call it modern 1, modern 2, modern 3. After that, you can proceed to secondary school. We also had an opportunity of writing exam to get to Form 2 then. That means from modern 3, you can just go to Form 2 in secondary school, where you spend 4 years instead of 5 years. Immediately after that, I left Irele in 1978, and then I went to Ile-Ife a brother-in-law of mine by name Mr. Ade took me to Ilefe. And I started my secondary school education in Oromia Memorial Grammar School in Ilefe. Okay. I wrote an exam and I was given admission into Form 2. So I spent 4 years instead of 5 years in Oromia Memorial Grammar School.
Why?
Yes, because I had already had modern school certificate.
Okay.
So there was this opportunity of writing an exam. If you pass, you'll be given admission to Form 2 instead of Form 1. So you spend Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, Form 5. So I spent 4 years in secondary school. I finished in 1983 from Oromia Memorial Grammar School. And exactly, then I worked briefly as a clerical officer in Bursary Department, Obafemi Awolowo University. That 1983, that same year I finished. By 1984, I started another journey in Ado Ekiti, the then Ondo State University. They call it Osua. That was 1984. I was there between 1984 and 1988, where I bagged my first degree in English, BA English Honours degree. I finished 1988. So between 1988 and 1989, I was in Jos Plateau for my NYC year. I served in Rukuba Cantonment in the military barrack. So as soon as I finished, I came back to Ilefe again and started my master's degree in the Department of English. I specialize in literature, specifically gender studies, in Obafemi Awolowo University, where I did my MA literature, specializing in gender studies. So as soon as I finished, I came back and I joined the service of DMA College of Education 1995, where I've been lecturing since then in the Department of English.
Thank you very much, sir. So is lecturing your dream job or is just an alternative? Maybe just...
Actually, it is. Right from my undergraduate days, when we were given assignment then, I recall vividly, I was usually the one doing my group presentation. Okay. And it was hilariously, presented. And my group members, they usually cheered me up. And I believe that actually the Lord has given me this profession to do, and I'll be doing it to the best of my knowledge. So far, so good. As a lecturer in the Department of English, I've had the opportunity to head the department at 3 different times.
Okay, that's
wonderful. And I got to this place too as advising for 4 consecutive years. And this is my 5th year as a substantive dean in the Division of Student Affairs. 4 years advising, and then the 5th year gave me the opportunity of becoming the substantive dean. So I've spent barely a year now, particularly this month, it will clock a year precisely, when I was appointed as the dean in the Division of Student Affairs, having spent 4 solid years as a vice dean.
That's great. Congratulations.
You're welcome.
So apart from lecturing, what other things do you engage in? Apart from lecturing students, what other things do you do?
Apart from lecturing, I engage in writing. Okay. And then...
how many books have you produced?
Well, I've got actually one edited, and it has to do with female writers, like I told you, that I specialize in gender studies.
Okay.
So that book is actually on female writers in Africa.
Okay, as the Dean of Student Affairs, what has been your contribution since you are in office to students, to staff generally?
Well, If I start counting my contribution, they are numerous. My contributions, let me start from the area of students. Primarily, I'm put here to oversee to the welfare of over 15,000 Nigerian students in Adeyemi College of Education. Students being what they are, you cannot but have this display of adolescent exuberance. So from time to time, you see them, some of them, either doing one wrong thing or the other. So as the Dean Student Affairs, we normally invite them. At times, their colleagues will come and make their reports, and then we'll invite them. We'll talk to them. We'll let them know that this is a college of education where characters are formed, where they are supposed to be redeemed. So we've had so many cases of students that we have been able to turn their life around. Those of them who think they cannot progress in life, we have actually affected their lives positively. Some of them, they have financial problems. They come to Student Affairs. We assist them. We've seen cases of students where we have assisted to pay their school fees, even some of them to pay accommodation fees as well.
Okay, so are you doing that personally or on behalf of the Student Affairs? Like?
Oh, well, some are done personally. Like I have members of staff in this division. I have the Deputy Registrar, Mr. F.A. Ajayi, and I have my advisor, Mr. O. Akinola. We've had cases of students brought here when they tell us their challenges. We dip our hands into our pocket and then we give them money. And then some are done on behalf of our amiable provost, Professor Olukoya Joseph Ogen, who has actually come to Adeyemi to contribute positively to the lives of the students. Being the first alumnus of Adeyemi Education to be the provost. He passed through this place and he knows much about the plights of students, and he has actually been contributing immensely to see that students under his regime, they have it better ever than before.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
So what has been your experiences? Because I know you must have gathered a lot of experiences, being a teacher, a lecturer, and also a dean. So what are your experiences like?
Well, my experience as a teacher, I believe I'm here to contribute to the lives of both staff and students, but particularly lives of students as a teacher, to mold their lives. In the Department of English, I know that that was before being appointed as dean, because nowadays I don't usually have much time to stay in my personal office in English. But while I was there, I know students were coming and have contributed positively to their lives. So the experience is that as a teacher, you should try and assist those students that are in need. Not only that, you yourself, as a teacher, you should live a life that will serve as a role model so that your students can imitate you, and you should be able to correct them. Because if a teacher is not living a life that is worthy of emulation, it may be difficult for such a teacher to actually correct those students when they do things that are not actually accepted by the rules and regulations of the college. I also, I also serve as a local parents to all the students, and then my co-staff too. We exchange, because this life is made up of ups and downs. We've had colleagues that have challenges in life. We all rally around such colleagues, because life itself, anything can happen to anybody in life. Just like that scholar who says, "Call no more happy until that day when he carries his happiness along with him. That is a statement from a man called Sophocles, a Greek writer. And actually, in that play, which eventually Olarotimi turned to the gods are not to blame. That is where the source of that quotation comes from. Anybody can have challenge until the person actually leaves this world. You can't say this person is a happy man or is a sad man.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
So how can you describe the administration of Adeyemi College of Education to that of other universities, the one you've visited or you haven't given the opportunity to go for seminars, lectures, or anything?
Yeah. The administration of Adeyemi College of Education is distinctively superb in the sense that the way we care for students in particular in this place, comparatively, I've observed that, I don't know whether it's because it's a college of education, even other colleges of education, I don't think they have that kind of zeal that Adeyemi as a college of education has for the students. And then there's staff welfare too, particularly in the past and presently with our present provost, Professor Lukoya Joseph Ogen. Just some days ago, he called me and we were at a lawyer. Presently in a lawyer hostel now, there is this installation of solar energy where students will now be having light throughout their night using the solar energy. So there's this zeal to actually make life easy both for students and for staff. And that is why I said at the beginning that the administrative style of Adeyemi College of Education is actually very good, and it excels most of other institutions comparatively.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. What are the things that have kept you going? Because, all those you've mentioned, there must be something that have been keeping you going all this while. So what are they?
Well, what has kept me going is my ambition coming here. And what is that ambition? To contribute positively to the lives of future leaders, particularly the students. Like I said, we've succeeded in molding their lives. And when we see those of them that we have affected positively, we feel happy. Or those students that I've taught over the years, I do receive calls, I do receive messages. Some of them say, thank you, Oga, for teaching us. We are putting into practice most of the things you have taught us. So when I receive messages of this nature, I feel glad and I feel like doing more and contributing positively to the lives of Nigerian students and my colleagues as well.
Thank you very much. What is your advice for Nigerian students? Because they will be watching soon. So what is your advice for them?
Yes, my advice to the over 15,000 Nigerian students presently in Adeyemi College of Education as at this 2015-2016 academic session is that they should, one, keep to the rules and regulations guiding the institution. And then whether we like it or not, that adolescent experience is always there. They should try as much as possible to imitate the good leaders. I, as the Dean Student Affairs, I do correct them on so many things, and I tell them, if I do this wrong thing, I can't correct you. So emulate the good leaders. And I want to say, particularly for the 2015-2016 Student Union government, under the able leadership of Comrade Ogunrotifa Richard, he is so far so good. He has contributed positively. He has contributed immensely. Even in some cases, he has gone ahead to risk his life for the lives of Nigerian students here. I remember when he went out to arrest 419 students who were attacking ADME students. And I told him he has done very well. The 419 that actually succeeded in collecting 30,000 naira from a student in this place at that particular time, he succeeded in getting the money back, and the money was given back to that particular student who was duped. So he has been a good representative of a student union leader, and I want other students and perhaps those who will be coming after him, aspiring to the post of president and all other offices in student union government, to take a cue from him. So that's my advice to all the students. And then they are primarily here to go away with a certificate. So all other activities, they should see them as secondary and face their primary assignment here, that is attending classes regularly, doing their tests, and preparing for examination. They should shun vices or anything that will tarnish the image of our academical education, because they will eventually be our ambassadors, and we want them to be good ambassadors of our academical education. Just as is seen presently in the life of Professor Olukoya Joseph again, who once passed through this place and is today the provost of the college, the first alumnus to become the provost. And I want the students to take a cue from his own life. They too, they can become the provost of this college in future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure having you here.
You're welcome.
And with that, we come to the end of today's program on SATV Know Your Lecturer. You can join me next week if you want to know more of your lecturers. You could be the man you've been aspiring to know more of. I remain my humble self, Apriyalo Afosin Gloria. You have a lovely day. Thank you.
Now, what's in the happen without the...
Hey, Baba, Shiba, Saida. Okay, that's not the problem. Just lay down. Let's pray. Let's pray.
Man, kneel down.
I kneel down now. Okay, let's pray. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
I command every spirit of demonic in your life. Get out.
Amen.
Get out. Every spirit of lying, get out in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
Every spirit that is working against your growth, get out in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Every familiar spirit, get out in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Every spirit of position, get out in the mighty name of Jesus. I say, every spirit of position, get out in the mighty name of Jesus.
I see the door for my way is shooting like this. Every spirit of you know, I'm waiting at the top with that. Bego. I mean, I take pay my own school fee without one.
You mean?
Make spirit of position on you. Bego, pastor. I even think say na better thing you go talk for me.
Jesus!
Ayele o, ibosi o.
Bam, bam, bam. We do dancing, but you know, what are you feeling, man?
Yeah, they are my friend. This is This might be it.
Yeah, what about you? Salad. Okay, salad. What about you? Oh, chicken and cheese. Okay. Okay. Chicken and cheese. Excellent. Yeah, all right, ladies. Okay, actually, I'm really not like explain around. Okay, just a maybe you first, okay, you, I knew, okay, everything is about this. Okay. Yes, you know that. Your father. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. In the mighty name of Jesus. Glory. 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 Yes. Yes.
Pastor.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Yeah, how may I help you?
Pastor.
Yeah.
The enemies of my forefather are still following me.
Really?
Yes, sir. My business is running down.
Oh my God.
I don't know what to do against that. That's why I've come to you, sir.
Kneel down. Let me pray for you. Wait, put this now. Put my prayer. In the mighty name of Amen. I will buy from Amen. That your business will boost. Amen. That will be reposed in the mighty name. Amen. Everybody will buy from Amen. My wife will buy from Amen. Everybody will buy from Everybody will buy from Amen. In the mighty name of Jesus. I buy for my baby. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. Amen, brother. Amen. Oh yeah, brother. Sit down. Let's talk. So, brother, tell me, what are you?
Pastor, I make and sell coffees.
You mean you sell coffee?
Yeah, I made it and I sell it out.
You mean coffee or coffee?
Yeah, coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. I'll finish my prayer. Kneel down. Let's continue the prayer. Yeah, like this. Oh yeah, this too. In the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Hey, in the mighty name of Amen. Man, will not buy from me. Hey, that your people will run down. Hey, fire will burn down the business. In the mighty name of Jesus. Fire will burn down the business. In the mighty name of Jesus. In the mighty name of Jesus. Hey, you will run down. You will run down. In the mighty name of Jesus. Hey, you will run down. Stupid boy. Really? You won't kill me? Huh?
Keep watching DBS TV. We love DBS TV.
You're welcome to App Chat with the President on ACTV. A gap, a bridge between you and your president. This is a program that makes you know more about the administration of your president in the association, be it indigenous, social association, even the student union government. My name is Orator Abdraman, Orex Infinity. I'll be interacting with the guests I have today on your behalf. I will be glad you pay a very good attention. Good day, Mr. President.
Good day, sir.
Today I have the #1 student of the college here in the studio with me. That is the Student Union President. Good day, Mr. President, once again.
Good day, sir.
Can you please introduce yourself to the viewers?
I'm Comrade Omashebi Oluwatobi, Insight.
From which department?
From Mathematics Department, sir.
As the President of the Student Union Government.
Wow, yeah.
You're welcome to Add Chats with the President. For the next few minutes, I'll be asking you a few questions, which basically is on your administration. And I'll be glad if I can get a very good response. President, you have spent 4 months on seats now. When you were contesting, you did your manifestos. Can you please flash back to those things and let us know what were your manifestos when you were contesting?
Well, when I was contesting, I made mention of changing the social activities on campus. You know, the social activities on campus is going down gradually. I have the intention in rising up or springing it up again. The social activities on campus.
Okay.
So,
what else do you still promise the student when you're contesting?
Wow, good capital projects.
As the president of the whole college, do you still have any rapport with Comrade Oluwatobi?
Yes, do speak.
Once in a while?
Every time. They'll communicate, chat on WhatsApp and the likes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let me start from this. We heard the examination is coming up April 3rd. But recently, the school pasted another admission list, and there are rumors on campus that the examination has been shifted. What justification do you have to that, sir?
Well, we are still hearing that rumor that we don't know, maybe it's going to be true. Because
sorry to cut in there. You as a president, I think.
Well, they have to inform us. The management has not made their own decision on that.
It's still a rumor.
It's still a rumor.
What do you suggest to your office? You want the management to or we should hold it April 3? Which one will you choose?
Well, last week they just admitted another set of students, and I'm still hearing that another set of degree students will be admitted also. So, when they call us to a meeting, we let them know that, as other institutions normally do, we should, split the exam. The Stellites should do their exam, and the freshers should do
years later.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President. You made mention of something that when you're contesting, you promise the students they are going to improve the social activities of the college. Let me start from this. What program have you done in that aspect? How far have you achieved that manifesto?
Wow. Last year, December, the director of social is working to ensure that to put that section of the second edition of the Jesse Night is coming next semester. Okay. So second edition.
Is that Jesse Night a new program?
Yeah?
Is it a new program?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and there are a lot of social activities that has come up on campus, so that I can't even remember. So our welcoming party for the freshers, we used 2 days, which has not been recorded in the history of academic qualification. So one for sensitizing the student about what is going on on the campus debate, and the second day for normal social party for the fresher, invited the guests the artists on campus to perform for the students and the likes.
Thank you very much, President. Basically, it is known in the college that we have Abico FM and we have ACTV, in which we are broadcasting here presently now. What are your contributions? Let me start from Abico FM. What have you done to improve the transmission of Abico FM, as you promised in your manifesto speech?
Well, since I've come on board, we've been working towards Abico FM and achieving, during my manifesto, I talked about frequency radio station.
Yes.
So, and we've been working towards how to achieve that.
How far have you gone about this?
Well, we've made some inquiries in getting our licenses, but we noticed that if we can get that license, if we want to get that license, we use nothing less than 2 years in having the license. Having a license of 2 years, I am going to be in power in 2 years. So we've moved to another project, still on radio station.
What is that project?
Don't worry, it's still in,
Okay.
They are still packaging it.
Still packaging it. I hope you should tell me that since you have preached transparency in your government. Let's move to ACTV. What have you done to improve transmission on ACTV?
Well, ACTV is working fine.
I'm sorry to cut in there. ACTV is the first television station for a student in Nigeria, a student-based television station. So please, what have you done to improve the transmission?
Well, my government is giving out 6 TVs for ACTV. Yes, 6 television sets for ACTV and
what size?
6 32 inches.
32 inches.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and set-top box, 100 set-top box for ACTV. So,
Boss?
Yes, set-top box.
Okay.
100 set-top box for ACTV, to improve the broadcasting rate on campus.
Thank you very much. You said your government. Is it the money for that television? Is it coming from the purse of the student government or from the management, or you source money from somewhere else?
Well, the money, the money coming outside, the money coming from the student union government, the money coming from the management, it's still our money. So far, it is the TV we presented through our own.
It is through the office of student union government.
Student union government. So it is our government.
Thank you very much.
If it is outsider that is bringing it, if you go and seek for fund outside, you know they can write their name on it. They will give it to us and we hand it over to the student. Maybe it is Skybank that give us this television. Skybank give it to us, and administration led by, you know.
Sure.
So that's our government.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. If you're just joining the program, this is Art Chat to the President on ACTV. I have here in the studio with me the Student Union President in the person of our comrade Omoshi B. Oluwatobi Insight. Let's continue. Mr. President, recently we heard the General Secretary was suspended, and the rumor on campus is that you are behind the suspension of the General Secretary. Please, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I'm not the one behind the suspension. Behind the suspension, well, but they've taken him back.
But what causes the suspension of the General Secretary? Can you shed more light on that?
They have suspended him.
For
so
what?
For misconduct.
Misconduct.
So let's just put it that way.
Misconduct.
Yes.
Basically, the General Secretary was suspended because of misconduct. Thank you, Mr. President. Let me ask you about the issue of security. You know, here in Ondo State, let me say it, that students are not well secured. Basically, even just last week, we recorded the issue of a staff being robbed around the bank there, around 10 o'clock. What is your government doing about the security of the student?
Well, we've taken some steps about the security of the students. Early this year, or around end of February, went to the palace, we wrote to the police station, including the area commander, and yet there is no improvement on this issue. And we sensitize the student that if they are working, they have to work maybe 3 in groups, not single, you know, they should not move.
Working alone.
So, and since then, there's improvement. But starting from last week up to this moment, we can recover that this issue is, you know, it's coming up again. And we are still working on it to, you know, ensure that the life of the student is safe.
Thank you very much, President. It is known that the student union executive to collect, should I call it salary, at the end of the month. But presently, it is now a common slang on campus that the present executive are collecting just 1,000 naira per month. Please, what do you have to say about that?
I believe this thing we are doing should be selfless service. Where, when I can recall, when every one of us we are campaigning, we did not include that when we got there, we are going there for money.
Okay.
We are going there all because of money. But it is high time. We are calling ourselves the leaders of tomorrow. Perhaps what the department we are holding now, we are, you know, how shall I call it? We are doing everything, you know, the way it will please our own self. Fighting for our own pockets, we suppose not to be so. The money contributed by some set of people that they struggled to pay this money, and you set of people just sit down and, you know. So this issue of salary is, well, I just do it so that.
Did you do that from your office or from?
No, it's not.
House?
I did not do that from my office. Well, people's They said I'm the one that reduced their money. I'm not the one that reduced their money. But the house did that.
Okay. How much did you write to the house? Are you?
I did not write anything to the house.
Did not write any hammer.
So I wrote 10,000 naira as expected. Okay. You know, the honorable, they started from their own allowance, for their own sitting. So they started from the judiciary arms. So from like, I think something like 1.5 per court section, they reduced it to 300 naira per court section. So they did that themselves. So they started from the judiciary council. So they moved to the honorable, which is the house, and from 1,000 to they reduced it to 300 naira. You know, I did not send them to you know, people are not expecting that they should leave the central executive. Is that possible?
You have to do that.
You have to do that. So I'm not the one.
Thank you, sir. As it is known that in any government, we have the three arms of government. That's the executive, judiciary, and the legislative. What relationship do you have with the other arms of government, particularly the Students' Representative Council?
Well, both of us are the speaker and his people. They are under people we are. The speaker, Right Honorable Abiola Ibrahim.
Okay. So what relationship do you have?
Well, you know, we are from the same department, okay, and is a leader, is a capacity leader on his own. So, you know, I think God used him. God really put him in the government to support the government. Is wonderful. We are working together.
There has been no dispute?
Yes. There's nothing like, well, we do, you know, it is normal. The tongue and the teeth do not fight, and you know, they will settle it. So it is normal. In government, it is normal. In politics, it is normal to fight. But you know, when any issues spring up like that, there is no need of outsider to be settling it for you. You just have to call yourself, and you know, for us to be fighting, who can settle it? So, you know, you just have to settle it amongst us.
Thank you, President. You know, no matter how much you publicize the activities in the student government, there will still be some things that are not known to students. Basically, I heard of an issue that happened a few weeks ago, whereby you, the student government executive, went somewhere with 8 bikes or 9 bikes because of a rape case. Can you narrate that for us? And other related issues?
Well, that was last month, or yes, I think last month or early this month. A girl, she's in part 1, a fresh student. So that was February 14, I remember. Valentine's Day. So they've known each other from before he gained admission. So with you know,
with a guy.
Yes, the guy is like a brother to him. You know, normal street uncle. You know, so they do normally talk, and you know, the guy normally give him advice. They give her advice. So February 14, the guy called her that is in Infinite, that she should come and meet him.
Meet him there. You should come and meet him there, okay?
So the girl went to Infinite. So on getting to Infinite, they took bike and they went off.
Without any disputes?
Without any dispute. Well, I don't know, you know, a person that you have known
for long.
So for long, you know, you won't expect, or you don't expect such act from that person. So the following day, that's February 15, the departmental president, that's Mr. Ayo, Comrade Ayo, from the Department of Social Study. So the girl and the president, they came to me. So I took the girl to the health center so that we can confirm what really happened. So the doctor said up to that moment, the girl is still bleeding.
Wow.
So up to that moment, you know, that incident occurred February 14 and up till February 15 around 11 o'clock. That means the girl is a virgin. 11 a.m.
She's still a virgin.
She's still a virgin.
Before the incident.
So before the incident. So you know.
What did the government now do to call?
So you said I should narrate. So
okay.
So we confirmed we collected the medical report. We took it to the DSA. So from there we started planning on how to get the guy. Before we moved to the health center, I said the guy should call him. Maybe the guy can come to the school, you know. Okay. And the guy has known what he has done. So he refused. So the guy, I said he should not call him again. Went and we come back. So my honorable members, that's why we are working together. The honorable member, the life of Honorable Sunday Johnson, that's Afokwe Rugged, Adewumi Assis, aka Rugged, and the likes. So they went to the house. I sensitized them about the issue. So they went to the area where the girl is being raped. Okay. So, and they saw the guy and they apprehended him. So some street guy came out that they want to kill the SUG executive that went to the scene. So they are now, you know, what do I call it? Threatening the students and our executive. So I'm getting the DSA went along with them. So they've taken the guy they want to escape the guy. So the DSA blocked the vehicle and they brought him out. They take the case to the police station, and up to this moment, I think the case is still in court. Still in court. You know, it's a state case.
It's a state case, sure. A rape case. Thank you very much, President. I would like to conclude this program by asking you, everybody who call ourselves Abicans, Abico, just like an Abico FM, everything. What is the meaning of that word, Abico, or should I say Abican, Abico particularly?
Abico. Well, I would say the first set of contractor that built the first building. So,
where is the building?
The first building. The first set of contractors that built the first building in this campus. So they are the one called Abico. So the people working with that with the construction company, they are called Abicans. So when people is coming to this side, they just say, I'm going to Abico. So like Badagry, like beggar. So Julius Beggar, you know.
That's how we come by. We students
over there, Abico. So
thank you, Mr. President. I hope when next time I invite on this program, you will surely give a positive response.
Definitely, sir.
And I'm very, very glad having you on Actor to the President today. Thank you. God bless you.
You're welcome, sir.
Viewers out there, I hope you enjoy every bit of the program with Comrade Omoshebi Oluwatobi Inside. I'll be glad to meet you next on another edition of this program. Once again, my name is Orator Abdraman, Orex Infinity, your usual host on Art Chat with the President. See you when next we meet. Bye-bye.
Keep watching DBS TV. We love DBS TV.
Fondly called Inspiration Band, alright? It's a player to welcome you to this series. They are titled Inspiring Your World. Inspiring Your World. Inspiring Your World. Alright? Today I will be sharing with you on a powerful topic I titled Understanding Your Purpose. I want to pay a rapt attention because I believe what I will be sharing with you today will bring about a powerful thing in your life, which will bring about a powerful thing in your life. Alright? Please sit down comfortably and listen to me. Alright? Okay? understanding your purpose, now I will be speaking to you on that topic, purpose. What is purpose? Purpose is the intention of God from man. All right? It's very important to tell you that purpose is different from ambition. Ambition is a desire for you to aspire to what you are doing. That's ambition. Right now, when God created man, there's no statement that baffles me so much. God said, He said to us, before you were born, I knew thee, and I've called you to be a prophet to nations. Before you were born. So there's a reason you were born. Like I've said earlier, there's a reason you were born. There's a reason you were born. So what are those things? What are those things that God has given you? Purpose. Purpose. One of those things that I enjoy purpose is, number one, purpose gives you stability. Stability. Show me a man that will discover purpose in life, and I will show you a man who will fulfill destiny. Okay? Purpose is very, very important for us as a student. What are those things? Now, a lot of people, they live a life, they are being frustrated. Why? Because they fail to discover their purpose on earth. Purpose, purpose. Purpose is what keeps a man going. It's what keeps a man going. So what are those things that God has called you to do? You have an assignment on earth. There is something, but Benjamin Franklin said something which I affirm so much. This man had no formal education in the United States of America, and yet he became one of the most nobleest philosophers in the United States of America. He never went to school, and yet he's a celebrity, big-time celebrity. All right? It's more than academics. It's all about discovering what God has called you to do. You see, you are a container, carrying content, going to continent. But my question is, what is the content in your container? A love of packaging, all right? It's good to package. I believe in packaging, but what has God called you to do? There's a reason in your name. There's a reason. Now, I told my friend recently, I said, don't refuse to celebrate birthday until you know the reason you were born. Stop celebrating your birthday until you know the reason you were born. A lot of people, they live a life, they don't know the reason you were born. And that's why they are being frustrated today, because they fail to realize what God has called you to do. All right? It's not about pastoral ministry. Everyone cannot be a pastor. We have some that will be in politics, that will be in field of politics. We have some that will be in ministry. We have some that will be in business, big-time business. All right? Now, life becomes frustrating without understanding the reason you were born. The reason you were born. All right? How do I discover my purpose on earth? Number one, your passion. Passion. Passion is an undying love, an overwhelming desire for what I inspire to do. Now, when I was secondary school, I had this kind of passion for music. I'm a pianist. All right? I'm a pianist. I had this kind of passion for music. I didn't know. I may not even eat anything, but anytime I play piano, I find fulfillment. Anytime I play piano, I find joy within me. All right? That's a pointer to my potentials. That's a pointer to my potentials. All right? What are those things that you do that each time you do it, you're not paid for, but you get pleasure in it? That's your passion. That's your passion. Majority of us cannot be in academics. We have some that will be in academics, but find pleasure. I found pleasure in speaking. That's what I do. I find pleasure in do what? In playing piano, and I get paid for it. That's my passion. Passion is what keeps it going. It's what keeps it going. Number two, I'll be changing to how do I discover my purpose? Number two is your potentials. Your potentials. Now, what is potentials? Potentials is your inherent ability. Potentials is what God has given you. Now, the most tragic thing that could happen to a man, your potentials can be dormant. So unless you activate those things in you, then you can do something. You have your potentials. You have a mandate to fulfill. You have a mandate to fulfill. So now, Miles Monroe said something which I so much admire so much. He said the poorest man in the world is not a man without money. The poorest man in the world is a man without purpose. All right, friends, you can be drinking Gary today, but when you have purpose, you are going somewhere. All right, you don't allow your background to put your back at the ground. You are going somewhere. You're going somewhere. Adeyemi is our immediate, not our ultimate. All right, Don't be a local champion, be a global champion. All right? And you know what I'm talking about now? Purpose. It what gives stability. Purpose. When you know what you are doing, then you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. Purpose. All right? The third thing, for you to achieve your purpose on now, I have to balance this. You have to know your God. You have to know your God. All right? You have to know your God for you to balance your purpose, for you to know the reason you were born, because God is the manufacturer. He's the manufacturer. It's very, very expedient. I have to tell you, God is the manufacturer of purpose. All right? The last now we're sharing with you now, for you to discover your purpose on now, then you have to connect with friends. Now, it happened to me when I was in part 2. Okay, all right? These are I find pleasure in doing public speaking. I try to have some friends that are doing exploits in their field. People like people like Alex, but these are good friends, all right? Now, show me your friend, and I will show you a person you are. You can't reflect something you don't give, okay? You can't give what you don't have. There is something in you. So when you have good friends, we have helpers of destiny, we have destiny helpers, and we have destiny friends. So you have to connect to your destiny friends. Stop moving. No, I have casual. Who are casual friends? Friends are friends you just have. There's no with you. Those are casual friends. But when we have intimate friends, we have destiny friends, people that make a tremendous impact in your life. Show me your friend, and I'll show you a man. What do you mean? So start having a friend that have goal, that going somewhere. That's going somewhere. Friends that make a tremendous impact to this generation. All right. My friends, viewers, or everyone know people that are looking at me, I want to take significant points where I've been telling you since, which I believe these things will help you to achieve in life. All right. Once again, Ebenezer Addition. All right. Let me just meet you. I want to invite you to an online conference. I'll be happening live on Friday. Tomorrow by God's will. It's a 3-day online conference, March 17th, 18th, 19th. And the theme of the conference is understanding your purpose. You can't afford to miss that conference, all right? Because that conference is loaded with anointed speakers, all right? We have almost 6 speakers that will be speaking on that conference. We have Reverend Bayodo Yekon from Lagos. He's the pastor in Lagos. We have Alegbele Yales, he's a business consultant. We have RCF president, going ministry online. I'm the convener, the ministry also. We have Awepelumi, is the career success coach, also ministry, all right? You can't afford to miss this conference. This conference is loaded, all right? The event is just on WhatsApp. Now for participation, you just have to text URP 2017 to 081 01 83 8239. I come again, text URT to 081 01 83 8239. You can't afford to miss this conference, all right? Thank you so much. I love you so much. I'm Ebenezer Addition. Meet you at the front.
You're always with me. You're my Friday, my everything.
Keep watching DBS TV. We love DBS TV.
That's it.
إن الحمد لله نعمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا حبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم عبده ورسوله. All praises and perfect adoration is due to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the whole universe, who gave you and I the opportunity to witness today one of the best days on earth. And may His peace and blessing of Allah be upon the noble soul of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, and the generality of Muslim Ummah that follow its footsteps till the day of accountability. Today, we want to discuss about examination malpractice, as we know that the exam is going on in this noble citadel of learning of HAS, Adeyemi College of Education. Inshallah, that will become Adeyemi University of Education very soon. Our examination malpractice, Islamic perspective, as well as societal perspective or contemporary perspective. Examination is a way of testing the ability or capability of a particular person. And according to the educationist, examination is a way of testing how far a particular learner has mastered a particular subject matter in a particular course. That is, before a learner can be promoted to the next level, he or she must have been tested and passed before the person can promote to the next level. Examination is all-encompassing. That is, it covers wide area in all ramifications. We have to be examined before we move to the next level. That is why in every semester, at the end of every semester, the management or the school generally will examine us, and we know how far we have gone, or we have assimilated or comprehend the subject matter that we have undergo. Now, as a Muslim, examination is a lawful thing, but examination malpractice is unlawful. That is, examination malpractice is a way of indulging or involving in a malpractice, that is, in an immoral way, immoral things during the examination. But examination malpractice is segmented into three. We have pre-examination malpractice, we have peri-examination malpractice, and we have post-examination malpractice. Pre-examination malpractice is a way of involving in examination malpractice before the examination day. It's very possible. A person can involve in examination malpractice even before the examination day by finding one way or the other to rescue himself or herself to pass exam. So, pre-examination malpractice is a way of involving in examination malpractice before the examination day, and that one is unlawful according to what? Islam. And even our society frown upon it also, that it is an unlawful way, immoral act that we should run away from as a student. The other type of examination malpractice is what? Peri-examination malpractice. Peri means during. So, peri-examination malpractice means involving in examination malpractice during the examination. That one is very common. You see a student taking in something that can implicate them, and written materials, even handout, phones, everything like that, what have you. They will be copying from the handout directly or indirectly. So, all these things are unlawful. As a student, we must have prepared for exam very well before we enter the exam hall. And we must be what? Self-reliant during the examination period. We must not rely on anything, even friends or colleagues, that my friend will teach me. He knows mathematics very well. I'm very sure if I sit beside him or her, I will pass. That's not a normal student. A normal student should what? Be self-reliant, should have confidence in himself or herself that he can write exam and pass without the assistance of anybody except God. So involving in examination malpractice during the exam is unlawful, and it attracts penalties. If peradventure that person is caught during the examination period, he or she can be expelled from the school. So that is why we must run away from it. Anything that can terminate our studentship before the graduation period, we must what? As a student, we must run away from what? From it. The last part of examination malpractice is post-examination malpractice. That one is what? Involving in examination malpractice after the exam. That one is also possible. There are some students that during the exam period, maybe the question is somehow difficult and they were unable to answer the question very well. They find one way or the other to find a means of excelling through an immoral way, maybe through bribery or what have you. That one is what? Is also unlawful to our society. And it is making our education to be retarding. Most of us nowadays that we are learning, the standard of education is not there because we do pass in an immoral way. We are not the owner of the result we are carrying out. Even from secondary school days, we what? Some of us find one way or the other to pass, to excel in an immoral way. And then we what? We will be retarding the standard of education in Nigeria. So Almighty Allah in the glorious Quran warned us that we should not involve in anything that can cause problem to us or even enmity. Almighty Allah said, "Ata'awwanu" in Surah Al-Baqarah, "Ata'awwanu ala al-birri wa taqwa, wa la ta'awwanu ala al-ithmi wal udwan." Almighty Allah said, help yourself on piety or good things. Do not help yourself on things that what? Do not assist yourself on things that will cause enmity or discrepancies. Now, we as individuals, the best help we can render to our what? Our fellow friends or colleagues is to what? Is to teach that person the difficult aspect he or she did not know before the examination period. Not teaching that person during the examination period or even writing answers on question paper for a friend of hers during the exam. That one can implicate us. So we should be very careful on how we are going to be helping ourselves. Even helping somebody during the examination period is even malpractice. By writing something for your friend, yeah, my friend must not fail this because I must help him, is even malpractice. So those are the ways we are involving in malpractice that we must what? We must run away from. So, and what are the causes of examination malpractice? The causes are, number one is laziness. If somebody is lazy, that person is not ready to learn, not ready to read, not ready to study, that person will find one way or the other to what? To cheat in the exam, or even before the exam. You'll be seeing people looking for radio before the examination day. Yeah, I want to see question. Live question, live and direct. So why are you searching for live question and you did not read? If you read, the lecturer cannot give you anything outside the curriculum or even outside the course of what? Course content or course outline. So it's left to you to go and digest everything and study very hard before the exam period so that at the end of the day, you come out in flying colors at the end of the day. So number one cause is what? Is laziness. Then number two is unseriousness. When somebody is lazy and that person is not serious, there is no way the person can excel in the exam. We students nowadays, we are fond of running away from lectures. Lecturers are wicked. I can't attend his or her class. Let me go and play Jari. I will do photocopy of material. We always rely on photocopy. We run away from lectures. And there are some salient points, cogent points that the lecturer will lay emphasis in the class that is not even in the material. So at the end of the day, we will not be complaining that lecturer give us questions that did not teach us. He taught us, but we were not present when he said something. There are some things that the lecturer will just say, and it will come out in the exam. So if peradventure you are not in the class, you just rely on photocopy of material or note, those aspects, you find it difficult because you are not present when the lecturer says it. So seriousness is part of what? Causes of what? Examination malpractice. Then another cause is what? When we are not God-fearing. A person that fears God, that know that he or she will meet his Lord on the day of accountability, will not involve in things that his Creator frown upon. So because when we say something is bad, something will be bad when we are doing that thing and we did not want anybody to see us when we are doing it. That is the meaning of definition of bad things or unlawful things. Something that we are going to be doing and we won't want anybody to meet or see us when we are doing it. Now, there is no way a person can have confidence and that person will want to cheat in the exam and we call the supervisor, okay, oh yeah, come and look at me, I want to cheat. It's not possible. That person will find a way of dodging because the person knows in his or her heart that this thing is not good. That is why he's what? He's doing it secretly so that he will not be caught because he knows that it's not a good thing. So all those bad things, we must run away from what? From what? From them. So now, what are the effects of examination malpractice? Examination malpractice will have negative effect on us and even on our education generally. The effect is that, number one, low standard of education. The standard of our education will be very low. You can see. Let's compare ourselves with those babas that learned in the old days. Those babas, those graduates then, they are what? They are professionals. I do commend their professionalism because I do meet some of them. But nowadays, all these BSc, BEd, some of us cannot even defend the second class upper or first class that we got because we cram, some of us cram without understanding, some of us involve in even the test, some of us will copy materials inside the test. All these halls, if you want to write test, some of us will take handout or handbook inside the hall and copy. And at the end of the day, we score here and we say, I score here. You are not the owner of it. You did not score here. So you are not the owner of that. You can't defend it. So now, our generation now, our standard education is very low. Because we are not competent enough to have some grade. We did not deserve some grade we got due to what? Our immoral act during the exam or after the exam. So the effect is that the education, the standard of education will be very low. That's number one. Then number two, as a person, you won't be what? The professionalism will not be there. That's number two. I've seen a case of somebody that have first class in our institution, but when it gets to the field, he can't discharge anything. He was ashamed. Yeah. And you have first, are you the owner of this result? Yes. Or did you forge the result? All those questions. Because the level of understanding is not there. The professionalism is not there. The intellect is not there. So that is what is happening. Those are the effects of what? Examination malpractice. Then lastly, what are the solutions? There is nothing that does not have solution. The solution is that we should what? We should emulate three things. Number one is seriousness. When we embrace seriousness, we use seriousness as our watchword. I believe with seriousness there is nothing we cannot achieve. If we are serious and we are determined to do something, I believe human beings will have the charisma of accomplishing something that we want to do if we are serious about it. The second one is determination. If we are determined, I determine that I will do this thing, and I'm very sure that I will do it and I'm working towards it, I can achieve it with determination. So if we are determined to do things, I believe we can achieve it. If someone is determined to have second class upper in this college of ours, he or she can have it with determination because he will be working towards that goal. Then lastly, fear of God is the solution. Even not only examination malpractice, all unlawful things that is happening in our society nowadays is because we lack fear of God. We are not God-fearing oriented. That is why we are involved. Because somebody that fears God and knows that he or she will account for everything he perform or carry out in this world, will not involve in anything that is sin. Examination malpractice is totally a sin that Almighty Allah frown upon. So the solution is what? We should fear God, so that if there is fear of God, we run away from sins or any unlawful things in our society. So lastly, my advice is that examination malpractice is not good. We students, that I'm also a student, I enjoy us, I implore us to what? To run away from all forms of examination malpractice, whether pre-examination malpractice or peri or post or any form of examination malpractice that I did not mention today. We should run away from it. Because Almighty God value what we work for. But what you did not work for, there will not be blessing in it. Because you did not work for that thing just came by chance through an immoral way. So, but what we work for and we deserve to have that thing will be everlasting. Because we are the owner of that. So, and even if we did not run away from that malpractice, there will be one day that will be caught. Because when I was in NCE, when I was doing my NCE, when I was in College of Education, before I put in for my degree, there was a case of a girl that it was caught on the last day, even last paper, final year last paper. It was caught, and the girl was caught and she was expelled from school. 3 years wasted. Money wasted, effort wasted, everything wasted. So you can see the implication of examination malpractice. So my friends, my colleagues, my brothers, my sisters in this particular college, don't let us involve in examination malpractice. It is not good, it is unlawful, and it will have a negative effect on us presently and even in the nearest future. Now we have quack teachers. There's a difference between teachers and teachers. I believe this college, anything college was built to what? To produce trained and qualified teachers in the nearest future. Now, but to my surprise, we did not have teachers again. We have few teachers, but we have many cheaters. There is a difference between teacher and cheater. Somebody can pretend to be a teacher, but he or she is a cheater. I've seen a case of a teacher that is dodging a particular topic that is in the syllabus, curriculum of that particular course, and he dodged it because he did not know it. And he's supposed to teach the student at that particular time. And instead of going to another teacher that knows it more than him, he still what? Dodge that again. I can't go to it's an embarrassment to go and meet another teacher that you teach me. And he dodged that thing, and he did not teach the student what they deserve to learn. That person is a cheater. There are some unfulfilled or uncompleted syllabuses in secondary school nowadays. There are some topics that the teacher will not cover generally in secondary school because they did not know it. And if you look at all those things, it was traced back that maybe during the course of the study of that particular teacher also, when he or she was in an institution, maybe he or she involved in what? In malpractice. That is why he dodged that particular topic that he's supposed to teach the students. You can see now, those are cheaters. but we have qualified teachers also that are very qualified. The professionalism is there. The intellect is there. So we also present, let me say, they are training us now to be a qualified teacher in the nearest future, if God permit it. So we should what? We should train ourselves also. There should be a kind of self-reborn. That is, we train ourselves so that if I get to the field, I will discharge what I'm supposed to discharge. I will not cheat in all parastatals or anywhere we find ourselves. So my advice is, don't let us involve in examination malpractice. Let us work hard. There is one success code. It is P-5. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. When we prepare properly, it will prevent poor performance. But lack of preparation will bring poor performance. So there is nothing we cannot do. There is no difficult course that we cannot pass if we are determined to pass it. So determination is very, very important, and seriousness. Now I am advising us that we should We should be very serious with our study, and we should read very well during this particular exam period, so that at the end of the day, we will all come out in in flying colors, and we will excel, so that our parents will reap the fruit of of their labor. So, and I pray that all of us will excel, we pass excellently, and we will not have any cause to record any failure. Inshallah. Amen. I, speaking since this time, is Tawheed Adeleke. So by name, I'm one of the members of AC Central Mosque representative. So I enjoy each and every one of us to read very well during this exam period, and we must be obedient to the supervisors or the invigilators during the exam period. So, Subhanak Rabbika Rabbil Izzati Amma Yasifun Wassalam ala Mursalin Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin.
Keep watching DBS TV. We love DBS TV.
Autonomous community, local government of the state Nigeria, do hereby present to you Professor Abdul Mumin Saad on behalf of Nigerian Institute for Study of Nigerian Languages. This award for your contributions in the development of Nigerian languages. We urge you to continue the good work and not to rest on your earns. Congratulations.
Professor Olukoye Ogen is the Provost at Adeyemi Federal College of Education, Ondo. We are happy to receive him. He has just walked in. Eka Prof. Most welcome. Came right on time for this event. Thank you very much. A big applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the Provost at Adeyemi Federal College of Education, Professor Olukoye Ogen.
So, on behalf of the Nigerian Institute for Nigerian Languages, to make this presentation to you for your outstanding contribution toward the promotion of Nigerian languages. This is a sign that what you have been doing is appreciated and a call to do much more. Congratulations.
Next on our list is Chief Dr. Gregory Ibe, who is the Chancellor of Gregory University, Uturu, one of the dynamic private universities in the Southeast. And we're giving him this award for his outstanding contributions to the development of Nigerian languages. He set up a center for Igbo studies in that private university, and we're very proud of that. His representative is here in the person of Professor Henry Eke. You're most welcome. To present this award, I want to invite the Dean of the Faculty of Education, Professor Stephen Itwen, to do the honors.
I, Professor Stephen Itwen, do hereby present to you Chief Dr. Gregory I. Ibe, Chancellor of Uturu, Gregory University. Right. Present to you, because of your outstanding contributions towards the development of Nigerian languages, this wonderful award. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
If anybody wants to give me an award, I'll be willing to take it. While I'm still on that seat,
I was not going to take any award. But when I saw your invitation and your letter and the passion that I have for Nigerian language, I said I must be here and I must come and speak. As an economic historian, we were taught, we were interested in the wealth and poverty of nations and why some nations are poor and why some nations are rich. And we discovered that there's no nation that is rich today that did not start with its own indigenous language. Name it. Is it Malaysia? Is it India? Is it France? Is it Germany? And we believe that we cannot develop unless we place emphasis on our indigenous language. Once again, I congratulate everybody here, my ears and other members of the high table. Thank you very much for this honor. I'm proud to be part of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A big applause, ladies and gentlemen, once more for the provost, the Minister of Education, Professor Oluboye Oge. He has spoken from the heart. He has spoken also from a wealth of experience.
That's why every session you will see our students here. Another thing, sir, the Provost of Federal College of Education, Yola, Professor Abdulmumin Saadu, is a criminology by profession. He said he doesn't have anything to offer this college, this institute. Anytime he wants to spend money, he do remember what the ES used to tell them, remember your idea. Remember your idea. So it is with this idea, sir, he is donating a token of 250 naira to the institute. Thank you very much. $250,000 naira to the institute, not 250 coins.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is representative of the Provost of Federal College of Education, Yola. He has said they have forgiven us for taking Zebulon Yola away from them, but they are happy because he's doing a good job. And to support what they are doing, what we are doing here, they have given us 250,000 naira. Can we once more appreciate them? They have been consistent in sending acculturation students, and we are very much indebted. The representative of FCE Zaria also seated here to say something.
The Executive Secretary of NCCE, our boss, the Director of the Institute and other dignitaries, Royal Fathers here, Provost, and invited guests. My Provost would have been here personally, but because he is just 7 days old, he acted for a year and now is the substantive provost. So he's putting the college in shape and could not come. Therefore, he sent me as the Dean, School of Languages, accompanied by the Chairman of OASU of the college, the Head of Igbo Department, Mr. Namdi, the Head of Yoruba Department, Dr. Ailara, and the Head of Hausa Department, Mala Haruna Abbas. They all accompanied me because my provost recognized the contribution of this institution to the development of Nigerian languages. In my college, there is a great focus on the 3 departments in the School of Languages. We have 6 departments, English, Arabic, French, Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa. But much attention is given in terms of students' admission and in terms of teaching and learning materials. Therefore, my provost is so much focused to the development of these Nigerian languages. It is in that respect that he sent not just myself as the Dean School of Languages, but also to be accompanied by the chairman of the academic staff and other head of departments. Even when I was coming into the hall, he called me that has the program started. That is why I believe that he is not here physically, but in spirit, he is with us. In that sense, he said we should, when I come, we should donate the sum of 300,000 naira to the institute. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Please, a big applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the Dean School of Languages, representing Provost Federal College of Education, Zaria. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. We have heard so much about the dynamism in your School of Languages, and we are happy to associate with you. Finally, the representative of the Provost Federal College of Education, Kano, is here and wants to respond.
The director of this institution, the registrar, the royal fathers, ladies and gentlemen, provosts, representatives of the provost, all protocols duly observed. In fact, when my provost decided to call on me to come and represent her here, I was wondering, I said, how on earth can a little person like me be in a gathering of dignitaries? But I thank God, God made it possible for us to travel down here and to come and enjoy the atmosphere that the Igbo people are enjoying. In fact, last week I was at Onisha. I went there too to represent my management in an occasion down there. I was like telling them, look, why don't you give me a piece of land? I want to get a piece of land and I will come here and build a home, not a house. And I discovered yet another thing that happened here right now, that the institute here in Aba recognizes Sharia compliance. If not, why will a woman present to a woman? Because I can see men are seated on the high table, some are seated down there, but I discovered a fellow woman presented to a woman. And that was the most reason why I hugged her, to show the men that we love one another as females much more than the men. So, I am highly, highly delighted to be here today, and most especially to be one of the recipients on behalf of my provost. Now, permit me to say something here which will prick the minds of all of us seated here today. I said, let me study. Language being what it is and its function in the society, I must say here that our work is far from over. But what we have accomplished together has made a difference so far in the hundreds of students' lives. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us therefore roll up our sleeves and continue this journey with more dedication. And for that reason, the Hausas will say, Mungodi, 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 Allah shi albarka. The Yorubas will say, Eshekon, while the Igbos will say, Imena Chikibozun. Well, I am in English department. I'm not in any of the Nigerian languages department. I stand corrected. Yeah. And for that reason, my provost sent me with a little token. And I want to make her heart clear here, because my provost is a transparent woman. Her heart is that it is not the amount, the little amount given that matters, but the spirit behind the giving. And so she sent me with a little token of 250,000.
Indigenship of Kano. I'm a Dan Kano. I was born in Kano. Number 2, Abeokuta Street, Sabongari. Having verified that the keynote speaker as proposed has not been able to arrive, we have agreed to invite Professor Chidi Oswagu to give us the keynote speech for this conference, and he will speak on concept mining of indigenous languages for scientific gem concepts. Concept mining of indigenous languages for scientific gem concepts. Professor Oswagu is a very interesting thinker and scientist. He's a scientist, but he is somebody who has knowledge about Nigerian languages. He knows that Nigerian languages and indigenous languages are rich, and he has a lot to share with us. He represents Africa and the black man on several important international fora, and we are going to hear more about his thoughts. We want to invite Professor Chidi Oswagu to give us the keynote speech.
But a family of natural constants that we will not discover otherwise. I found out that these two, number 2.7, the golden ratio 1.6, and others, we are members of a family of constants. Now, when I went to the Library of Alexandria in August, that is part of what I discovered. And I applied these numbers to show that unless we create a new economics that I call nature-referent economics, based on these numbers, that you can have a stable economic system. And then there are so many other concepts. The idea of issue, of holism, which I showed will be the basis for holistic complexity and more viable science in the era of climate change. You can't get that from any other source. And so on and so forth. So what I am saying, and what this paper says, is that every language is an uche, a concept bank. And actually, you can know which language is superior in terms of gem content by the number of speakers. No. It is only when you mine them and find out those gem concepts that we know which is the better language in terms of gem concept content. So what I was proposing to Lina, and we are trying to work on it, is that look, the UNESCO says African languages are about to go into extinction. We now have to recognize that when species want to go into extinction, what is done is to find a way of conserving them, create gene banks, and so on. Then we must do this with African languages, starting with Nigerian languages. Create language banks, create dictionaries, create digital that get primary speakers at this time, take their biographies and just put them into a computer system and begin to organize them, and then train experts, get scientists, train them in linguistics, get linguistics, give them scientific training, and let them begin to mine African languages for scientific germ concepts. Because the little I've done with Igbo is so fruitful that you'll be frightened what the result is. And there is no reason we shouldn't be doing that with other African languages. So this is the summary of the key point I want to make this afternoon. And I want us to look at it and say, oh, concept mining is already established. What is done now is that people will get a lot of data and put them in supercomputers and begin to extract concepts from them. So the methodology is already there with computing. But what we need to do now is to go and start organizing African languages. Even if it's spoken by one village, with respect to concept mining, all languages are equal. Until we find the germ concepts in them, we will know which is better than the other. With about 250 languages in Nigeria, we need to train, get about 4 people per language or more, coordinate with the institutions, and start organizing them and finding those who will take example of what I'm doing and begin to mine for what? Germ concepts. So that even if later the languages disappear, the germ concepts will not go with them. This is very, very important. And I think that this institution can become a center. The proposal I have here, actually, we put it forward to UNESCO and want to drive it at a Pan-African level, at a global level. But we can start here and drive it and bring out ideas that will be surprised. People don't know that the idea of nature on which science is based is an African idea. It's not a European idea. The Greeks borrowed the topic Europe, but Europeans are still battling with it. They have never been able to reconcile the idea of God and the idea of nature because it's not a primary concept of the earth. It is an African idea. And there's a book, in fact, The Golden Ass, that discusses this, written by a place about 3,380. He said, he had gone all over the world. Everybody had a concept of nature, but that only the Africans, Egyptians, black Africans, it was wealthy, understood and have proper concept of nature. And that is the basis of science. That is why when the British came here, for instance, Igbo culture was far way more advanced than they are. Forget that they had gone because they borrowed gunpowder from China. They had compass to sail the seas, which they borrowed from China. They didn't invent any of that. They were printing documents, and they borrowed it from China. Forget that. When they came, our people looked at them and told them they had inferior ideas. Well, by the time I came to America, I knew that my ancestors were right. And these ideas are embedded in germ concepts, golden concepts, precious concepts that are embedded in the language. So the language is not the sound. You cannot speak English, oh no. It is the concept in the language, the precious concept, the germ concept. And I am proposing that this institution takes up the duty to start an urgent and massive activity to begin to organize a framework for mining scientific germ concepts from Nigerian language. Thank you very much.
And paper presenters, DED traditional rulers, DED and awardees, DED and participants, DED and NCC officials, DED and academic heads, DED and other unit heads. Administration.
Having had this real great harvest, we ought to thank God at the end of this session. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. We are saying thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, my Lord. We are saying thank you, Jesus. Thank you, my Lord.
That's wonderful for us to be here. This has been a celebration of the Nigerian family, coming from north to west, and the various parts of this great celebration. Going across bridges of understanding, bridges of appreciation, challenging us to evolve and develop new concepts that will embrace the entire universe and embrace our own Nigerian family in a more positive and peaceful way. Bless all those who have made this loving sacrifice to be here, and may the ideas and the insights being generated here, the proposals being made to enhance the work of this institution be blessed by you, so that sooner than later, this National Institute for Nigerian Languages will breathe a fresher air, a more delightful air, and people will come more and more to drink from the resources made available. We ask this through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. May the blessing of Almighty God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit descend upon you and remain with you now and forever. Amen. Peace be with you. May we extend to each other a loving hand of fellowship and friendship.